Welcome everyone back to Terribad Tavern. The I don't know. I get the official done the like fuck. I can't words. This the official TTRPG show for Terribad. There's a lot of T's in our names.
Tater tots.
TTRPG.
Terrific.
Ta 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 ta.
I'm Soul, your host and Dungeon Master, Game Master, whatever you call it, story spinner, whatever.
Dress maiden.
I'm joined here today by some incredible people. We of course have Beard Goblin, Patty Cake Games, Mystic Raven, and the couple that nerds together. You can see the names of the characters that they're playing directly below them, and if you can't read them, I'm sure they're gonna say it at least once at some point.
FIFA. There, nailed it.
I don't think
Got mine
Azrael.
out of the way real quick.
I don't think Azrael can go into a conversation without introducing himself. So like,
Sick burn.
What? What have I done? I have done nothing.
oh goodness, but yeah, we're here. And it's been a long time. I will be impressed if anyone remembers what happened last time.
I do.
Do you really?
I wrote notes.
VOD yesterday.
No, I didn't watch the VOD.
Wow.
I did not watch the VOD.
Awesome. See, because
Do you
usually
want me to recap, or do you want
you
to
can do a recap. We usually do a FIFA recap, but by the looks of Beardy's face, Beardy does not remember a single bit of what happened.
Dearest of diaries. I have no idea what's going on. I had a notebook with all of my notes down. It would have been nice to look at it before the stream started.
So last time we started with Dorcas not being with the rest of them because he was, outing somewhere else, and he came back and decided to rejoin the party after everyone had helped out that village that was attacked by dwarves because someone had fed them false information. I don't know who it was. And then we went back to the citadel, the castle, and went to like a banquet with the queen.
Party!
She told kind of the kingdom what the plan was, and we're being sent out to kind of play politician to get all the people to be like, hey, we need your help to fend off this bad thing that's happening. And I got drunk.
Yeah.
I know that. And there was also, this is again, I don't remember. I remember doing a magic show and rolling the best roll I've ever rolled, and I'll never do that again.
Yeah. So I guess it's been so long. As a full fast recap,
Thank you.
not trying to like ruin anything that Miss Nerd just said because it was all very accurate. Essentially, we're in this world that I created personal, and this group went to watch the coronation of the queen. There was an attempted assassination, and ever since, this group that you see down here below me has been trying to find out who attempted to kill the queen. It's been a lot of sort of misleading turns trying to find the person, but now they are at an inevitable goal where the queen believes the only way to stop a war and to stop this person from attempting to make any assassinations again is that the country needs to work together. So this group has been trying to spread some really nice do-gooding things around the capital, though it didn't work out so well with the dwarves raiding a town and certain individuals almost collapsing an entire hotel, but that's not important.
Look.
Not important at all.
At the end of the day, they went to a feast with a bunch of different very high-ranking officials, as well as the queen, who gave the final plan layout that they were going to go and do tasks for each lord and lady of the kingdom to try to earn their favor and make them realize the queen is actually here to help. And they're basically the emissaries in this situation. And when we actually, like, the last thing that happened was they rode out of the city on the horses provided by the queen towards the docks, the docking town, to head to their next adventure.
Also, we heard Azrael's like title or something, and that's
yeah, a lot of
shit.
name reveals dropped when they went to dinner, and everyone was like, "What in the actual fuck?" But it was solid.
Did Vaza have a different name?
no.
It was revealed what Vaza's last name was, similar to how Dorks's first name and Gildea's last name were revealed. A lot of name throwing, just kind of hitting people with it.
Asriel's uncle was there. He's very lovely. He's a nice guy.
Oh
We like
yeah,
him.
that dude.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he's
Such a great
so
individual.
good.
It's a pity we won't ever see him again.
His maid also was very friendly. I remember this specifically.
She was
She
looking
was
at
so
the
happy
list.
to see us.
She was looking.
very happy.
She was looking at the list of every reason that Azrael had ever been called out, and was just like, "Oh my god." If you don't know what we're talking about, you can find all of the episodes and everything on YouTube, and you can go see all that.
She has knowledge.
She has knowledge.
Go look. Go look.
Yeah.
Right now.
Go look right now, and then when this one comes out, you can watch this one.
Yeah, you can just catch up.
Yeah, you can catch up. It's easy.
It's gonna be
Here's the
fine.
thing. Click the button.
You've only got like 20 something hours. More than that.
Nothing. There's only 13 episodes, 3 hours apiece. It's fine.
It's still shorter than One Piece.
It's a day binge session. It's all good. It's fine.
You could get through our stuff faster than you could watch Naruto.
It's true.
That's facts. Even the abridged.
That is not the measuring stick I would have chosen.
You could choose to watch us instead of watching Titanic 3 times.
Facts.
Yeah.
Or us instead of watching Titanic even once.
Facts. I think Beardy
Also
froze for us
back.
again.
Oh no!
But that's an iconic pose from Beardy.
Facts.
It's so judgy.
So okay, I remember we were riding off. I was in a cart though, right? Because I'm hungover.
Yes,
You're
so
drunk out of your ass.
everyone was
You threw up
riding-
in the plants. It was disgraceful. Right in front of the Queen as well,
I
man.
know, I'm so the
You
night
didn't even
before.
hold your constitution together. We tried
He
to
let
give you
me
that
call
special
her-
that lemon medicine.
She let me call her by her first name, and it was beautiful. And then the next morning, I throw up in her planter from
You-
one drink.
Yeah,
One.
one. Yeah.
Oh man.
You're a baby.
Oh, it was my second drink ever.
I said you're a baby.
Yeah. So when you guys left, essentially you were given horses so that way you could get to the coastal town quicker. And you, instead of hopping up on a horse, you guys are taking Simon, which is Vaz's donkey that she bought,
That's
with a cart.
right.
He's
And
my
so
ass.
you hopped onto Simon's cart and hitched ride on that rather than riding your own horse.
You know what they say? The ass is safe.
Is that how they say it? That may be what they
All
say.
the kids.
All the
They're
kids.
saying it in their primary schools. All of these children.
Primary.
Primary schools. All the children.
Very good.
Teacher, I heard the ass is safe. No.
Hey, our ass
Wait.
is safe.
The ass is safe.
They're teaching booty to body ratio in grade school.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if my math class taught me booty to body ratio instead of the bullshit watermelon method, I'd been easy.
Easy pass.
Easy pass.
First try.
First fucking try. I'd have been in advanced physics by senior year.
I would have been the next, I don't know, Arnold Palmer. I would have been such a good chemist, I would have named a drink after me.
Was he a
Should I roll
chemist?
to see how sick
No,
I still
he was a
look?
golfer.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's how that works.
I thought Beardy knew that.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
He could have been, though, if he had learned booty to body ratio.
If he'd have quit fucking around on the golf course and paid more attention to the booty body ratio.
Yeah, what's he doing on the golf course? Counting down? The lower score wins? That's not how numbers work.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's how I play sports.
Shit, man. Okay. Yeah, Miss Nerd, you said you roll Constitution to see if you're recovering well. I would say yes. Go ahead and do that
Okay.
if you'd like to. We're all rolling with real dice. We usually roll electronically, but with current events in the world, which we'll talk about later,
What?
we're worrying more about physical roll. But we'll get to that later on in the stream.
What if you roll?
What's my Constitution mod? Oh, it's 0. I rolled a 1.
You're
It's
not
a
doing
good
great,
start.
homie.
I'm not.
You're still just you're laying back in the cart, right? Like you're not sitting up, you're full laying, your legs are dangling off the side, and they occasionally like hit the big stone that crosses on the road. But even though you're laying, you still feel like every shake and jostle and the world is spinning and you want to throw up, but there's nothing in your stomach to. You skipped breakfast. I know you skipped breakfast. You want to throw up, but you can't. There's nothing there, and so every now and again you like roll to your side and there's a dry heave and you lay back down and it's just agonizing. All of you, of course,
sitting there eating a piece of dried meat.
yeah, all of you, of course, riding alongside the cart, hearing the occasional just and nothing happening.
I'm gonna hang back a bit and just like offer a bit of mead, just like within sniffing distance, just to see what happens.
You want me to roll for like if I?
I mean, it was up to you. Do you take it?
Hair of the dog, man. Do you want this?
But meat that wouldn't help, would it? Wouldn't that just make? No, I don't know. I wouldn't take anything.
I mean, meat is made from honey. Honey's supposed to be good for your stomach.
Yeah.
That's my logic.
Okay.
Can I like druid craft some like ginger root and hand it
Into it?
over? Be like,
There you go.
You could do that. I would say if you don't want to expend any, like, I don't know if that's a spell slot or a cantrip.
that's the cantrip.
Okay, then I would say yeah, you can totally do that. If it was going to expend a spell slot, I'd say do a survival check to see if you can just find some. But if you can just craft it whenever, yeah. You make some ginger root from your druid craft to offer to Dorcas.
I'm gonna like mush it a little bit, get some of that good juice out.
So do
Open
I need to
wide,
roll to see
Dorcas.
If I keep it down
Yeah. Go ahead and make another Constitution roll with advantage.
with advantage.
Yes.
Fucking hell! God damn it! Okay.
What?
How are you?
The first roll was a 2.
Okay.
Second was a 4.
Wow.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
I don't have my staff.
He doesn't have a staff.
The
That's it.
pointy tip must be with us.
I need it.
That's
He needs
very.
to throw his wood around.
I'll wait for him.
Oh, sorry, that was just a potato. I'm a little rusty on my druid crafting.
It feels like
I
months.
Still a
actually made
root.
vodka.
It is a root.
They are both roots. Yeah. And people can make booze out of potatoes.
Facts. It's true. He's walked away to get his staff, so I'll wait to describe.
Because I always roll better when I have it.
Facts. This is true. I'm not even gonna say like it's weird superstition. Like it's always happened. Excuse me. But yeah, with the 4, some of the dizziness goes away, and you feel less like you're gonna throw up. Like the heaves are, few and far between now, but it's still just a rough, rocky ride. Let me see. I'll be to fully pull back the veil. I threw around a couple different possibilities of what could happen in today's session. Just because I never know what I want to go with in terms of, like, events. But let me see if I can find the one I settled on.
So, I'm imagining that FIFA has little short legs and his feet can't reach the stirrups on his horse. So I'm imagining that it's just kind of like tied to Vaza's horse,
Yeah,
and you're just kind of leading my horse.
just strapped, just to like here.
But like I still
the
want a
saddle.
horse. You're just
doing
gonna have to
so
lift me
well,
up and
Twiggy.
down from it.
You're doing so good. You just keep balancing. It's okay.
At one point, I like try to like stand up, and then I'm like, nope,
Your nuts are gonna be so bruised.
Oh God. God.
Oh,
And I just kind of put a rope around you and the pommel just to kind of keep you within reaching distance of the saddle. I'm just gonna be like,
It's like-
grab the rope and put it around you so you just stay where you are.
it's like Gimli trying to ride the horse. Is just like, get me up there. I'm a rider.
So
A safety belt you into the saddle.
you guys no, go ahead. I'm loving it.
No, it's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Oh man. You'll have to bear with us, guys. We haven't done this in a while. It's
I
so
have
much...
to go to the bathroom. You went to the bathroom 20 minutes ago.
I gotta go again.
Why do we always keep stopping for you? This is the last time.
Anyway, we've stopped a lot because FIFA's got a tiny bladder as well as short little legs.
I like
So it's
the
like a process getting me up onto the horse and then getting me back down.
Have we
Drank
established
too
that
much
like
fruit water last night. That was the problem.
I'm so hydrated.
I like the idea of that, but it's that, but like FIFA has a jumbo size like water flask, and it's the fruit water, and so like he runs off and goes to the bathroom, gets up on the horse, and just starts like, you know, the flask in his hand. Just,
Chugging.
yep.
Alright, no more bathroom breaks. You're
Of course,
gonna
of course,
go.
of course.
You're gonna go in this mug.
I can feel a little bit of a toozy coming on, but I can hold it.
So, you all were
Do it up
given.
inside.
You
I
were all
can't. I'm tied down.
just trying to pee off the side of a horse.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This is why I was like, this is not worth it.
It's okay. I like it. It's fucking funny. Oh shit. Okay. You guys were given the horses to make what would have been a very multiple day journey turn into a day to a day and a half, depending on how fast you went. And based on Dorcas's condition, I don't imagine you're going incredibly fast.
And FIFA.
And FIFA having to jump off the horse every few minutes to pee. But you left very early in the morning, and as you watch the, you know, tops of the towers in the capital disappear over the horizon, and you're going further and further in direction of the coast, you start to pass through all the land you've all seen before. This is the main road from the coast to the capital, the one you all traveled to get there in the first place. You're passing through little chunks of wooded areas here and there, primarily farmland, the occasional homestead off the side of the road, but, you know, nothing that incredibly bars attention. You know, the occasional farmer waves off to you, says hello. You don't pass many road travelers. It's starting to get into those summer months where it's just late summer, where it's just a little too hot to travel some days. And you can all feel this as the sun sort of beats down on all of you as you get into midday. And you break a tree line. Eventually you come to a break in the tree line. And a few roads pass off here and there, cutting through the trees to potentially homes within the woods. And off in the distance you see a pillar of smoke start to form up on the horizon. And as you ride closer, you know, could be anything. Campfire going on, maybe someone's burning some brush that they kicked up from dead leaves. But the closer you get to this smoke pillar, the larger it gets, and the deeper the color gets. It goes from a bright white sort of smoke that's hard to see to a dark, thick cloud. And as you sort of hit that point in the horizon where the ground all levels, and you can see over this hill where the pillar is originating from, you see down in this short valley where it kind of comes down and dips up just a little bit on the other side to a large woods area. Just on the edge of these woods is a very large farm that takes up most of the field you're entering into. And the home is totally fine. It sits on the edge of the road, it has stables leading up to it, but the field on the opposite side is consuming itself in flames. The only thing that seems that is stopping the fire from reaching as far as you all are is there is a fence blocking off certain sections of this field, and the fire's like having trouble pushing beyond this fence in the first section. There are people screaming and running around as you get closer, but it's when you get to the level of which, you know what, everyone makes a perception check from the hillside. Make a perception check.
Yeah, see? 19.
19.
14.
14.
Nat 20.
Holy shit. Vaz and Gildea.
17.
Vazzy, you are so preoccupied with making sure that FIFA doesn't fall off of his horse that you aren't really focused on the fire and things that are going on.
I've also seen some chickens that are running around loose that I feel like I might want to snag for later. So I'm just going to kind of concentrate on them because, you know, my craving's starting to come back now.
Absolutely.
Ow.
Just the rest of you can make out people moving around down there on the street, and for the majority of you it just seems like they're rushing back and forth trying to stop the fire. Azriel and Dorcas, I believe you two had the highest rolls, right? Or was it Azriel and Gildea? Fuck,
No,
I've
it was
already
me,
forgotten
Azriel.
I've already forgotten numbers.
That goes 17.
Dorcas.
Yeah, but I was 19.
Oh,
That's
he
what it
had
was.
He had it in 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, me and that.
Dorcas and Azriel, it's looking down, you can see the people and see them rushing around, but you notice it isn't that they're trying to stop the fire. You see some glints and you notice that the majority of the people down there are wearing armor. And Azriel, with your nat 20, your elven eyes sort of hone in. You know, being a wood elf, you've trained your eyes to see through some of the worst things, like see through, you know, darkness of trees and things like that. But with a very clear shot to what you're looking at, it's very easy to notice. You see someone run out of the house, and they aren't wearing armor. And they trip and they fall onto the road, and you see one of the members of people in armor walk up, and they reach a hand down, and as the person who falls tries to pick themselves up from this person wearing armor, the person with armor grabs them, and as they pull up, throw their other hand down and punch this person into the dirt. And they throw a hand up and start, you know, you assume saying something as they turn to the rest of the group. And that is what you can see from this vantage point that you have.
Now, my colleagues, normally I don't say we get involved in matters that don't involve us. However, I think something very wrong is going on here.
I agree.
You know, this is actually a perfect time to stop because I really gotta go.
I'm just trying to tie some chickens to the little like safety that I put around FIFA. There's just
They're
some
still
chickens.
alive. They're like
They're still there, just like
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage because they're still alive.
Of course, it's easier to handle a not alive animal.
Okay, that one was 12. 15. So 12.
12. Okay. you capture a chicken. I won't say that you can tie it to a horse, but you can capture a chicken. I'll give you that.
Okay, I'm gonna be trying to like tie it and figure out a way, but it's just flapping its wings in my face.
Go to
so
sleep.
I'm
Go to
just...
sleep. Go to sleep.
I'm gonna look over and say, Vaza, is this really how you want to be spending your time right now?
Huh? What? Huh? What? Chicken.
I
Chicken?
think we best
Chicken wings.
hurry. Otherwise, I don't think some of these villagers are going to make it tonight.
Do you want me to throw my chicken at them? I could distract them with my chicken. I'll sacrifice.
Yes,
my
Vaza,
chicken
why
for
don't you go first?
I'm gonna throw
Actually,
my
yeah, let's-
chicken.
I want to see this.
Can I lob my chicken at someone nearby?
So you guys aren't at this farm yet. You're like up the road looking down to it. You're like on a hill. If you want to ride in and throw your chicken at someone, I'm gonna say you can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride in and throw my chicken at someone. I'm gonna be like full screaming. The chicken's gonna be going
Oh,
crazy.
God.
All right.
Okay.
Fucking Vaza tears off from this hilltop position that you all have and careens down the road holding a chicken like aloft, screaming.
Is it possible while she
Ed-
is doing this for myself and anyone who wishes to join me to approach from a different angle, perhaps stealthily, because she is causing such a distraction?
FIFA definitely can't because his horse is tied
It's
to
attached to
Vaz's.
mine.
Oh shit, that's right!
What?
I'm going, and I'm strapped
What?
in. I can't jump off. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, yeah, so there's a pretty good distraction here that I feel like the rest of us could
Yeah.
approach from a different angle stealthily.
Okay.
I turn to Dorcas and I'm like, what was in that root?
I don't know.
Okay.
Clearly, it's something that the rest of us should be partaking of whenever we would want to do something crazy.
All right. How do you? We'll go to the Vaza thing and Vaza and FIFA thing in a minute. How do you guys want to approach more stealthily?
I guess, like, okay, I'm picturing like there's a town, and if I'm picturing it as like a square, like they're approaching the side that's right in front of us, I'd like to go like around a different side.
Not so much of a town. Think of it more as like a farming commune. Like there's one large. So if there's the main road, off to the side there's one large house where wagons come in, business is done, and then surrounding that house are a few smaller like cottage houses, like single room board areas, and then the rest of both sides of the street are covered by field. All of this is happening in the main road coming from, like the events are coming from the main house.
The fields have crops still in them?
Yes, that is what is burning on the one side.
On the one side.
Yes, on the one
Yeah.
side in the furthest section there is fire, and it seems to
On
be
the
other side there appears to be no fire that you can see. There's no smoke clouds or anything coming.
Could we approach from that, the cover of those crops?
Yeah.
It'll take us time to like ride over there.
Right, we don't all have to do that, but I figure getting a flanking position isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, I would say if that's what you would want to do. Do you want to hop up on a horse then, or are you going on foot through this? Excuse me.
I'll get a
Because you were riding in the wagon.
right. How would it take me any longer to get there on foot?
Okay, it will take you longer to get there on foot, but you'll have better stealth checks. If you take a horse, you'll get there faster, but it'll be harder to stay stealthy because you're rise up above the crops on a horse.
Okay, is anyone else? Well, okay, and I'm big, so
I'm not going to take a horse.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go on foot.
Okay, so are you, Gilday, are you going to join them, or are you going to ride down? What are you thinking? Or neither of these things?
There's clearly evil happening down there, and this is kind of your thing, right?
What's my
That's
thing?
more evil than a few missing coins.
I'm
Such fucking back talk.
I'm going to ride after the careening friends because I'm just gonna go barrel right in and demand what is happening of whatever like commanding. If I could, I want to find like a commanding officer and see if I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. You do that. Azrael and I will approach from the side, and if things don't go well, we'll be there to cover you.
Cover me.
Look, you lost a fight in a bar, all right? You're not infallible.
Dagger thrown.
There's so much salt getting thrown at Kildare right now.
Look, I'm just trying to come up with a plan. You're the one who has to make this personal, right?
I shove him and ride on down the road.
When you say you shove him, now you barrel off after Vaza and FIFA, but when you say you shove him, is it like oh fuck you kind of shove, or is it like a go and like you throw him out of the way kind of thing?
It's like a you're annoying the fuck out of me. Poosh.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you shove Dorcas away from your horse and click your heels, and the horse takes off after Vaza and FIFA. Azrael and Dorcas, you guys cut into the side section of crops and begin heading your way towards the major farmhouse.
As she rides off, I just turn to Azrael and say, "I'm never going to understand her."
All right, my young friend. I have seen what you can do with the elements, and it is very impressive. However, when you are that close to someone that can crush your skull, not good.
All right.
And you guys head off through the crops. FIFA, make a dexterity check. Or I guess a dexterity save.
That is a. Oh, I'm dexterous as hell. Shoot, howdy, that's a 16.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you are able, with the support of the rope and things, you are able to keep yourself on the horse as Vaza tears ass down this hill.
At first, I'm a little bit scared. Then, I'm like, F it, we ball, baby. And I get my thorn whip out and I'm like, ah!
So Vaza riding in with a chicken over her head, FIFA with a thorn whip over his head, and then Gildea giving chase behind. Alright. Excuse me.
Rolling your eyes as you do, I'm sure.
Oh yes.
I want to make this like as spectacular like an entrance as possible. Like the guy that smacked that guy into the ground, I want to like rear up in front of him and then just fucking throw my chicken at him and be like, "What are you doing?"
Okay. How do I get you to roll for chicken?
Yeah, go ahead and roll on your character sheet. There should be a chicken attack.
I need to look up your character sheet now, because I need to know what skill I'm supposed to tell you to use to hit someone at close range with a chicken.
So excited to hear how much damage chicken does.
Is it like
I'm
a
almost,
melee
for me,
attack?
it's almost like
I
you have to
mean-
roll in athletics and
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
saying
athletics.
athletics and animal handling. Just saying.
Athletics and animal handling.
You know what, that tracks. Yeah, I'm gonna say do
I mean,
that.
it's still alive, so
Yeah,
Okay.
roll athletics and then animal handling.
Okay, am I having
You know, both of
disadvantage
these, I
for
can't
either
remember.
or advantage for either? Or
I'm gonna say just
straight throws?
base rolls. Base
Just
rolls.
base rolls.
I think
Yeah.
you're lucky you're
How
not
would
rolling
you
with
get
disadvantage
advantage
at this
on
point.
that?
yeah.
I cast Speak with Animals and I say, "Hey, chicken, get him!" No, I don't do that.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me do the animal handling check first. Oh, that's a 16.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
What's that for?
What-
That's for the athletics.
That was the
That's animal handling.
Okay, what's your
And then-
athletics?
Athletics. Ooh. I get a +3. That was another 16, so that's 19.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Okay, so you come into this town, and as you approach, no, let's play the scenario first. Your horse skids to a stop and rears up and kicks its front hooves in the air, and as it comes down, you throw a chicken. A live chicken, like Link from the Legend of Zelda Fastball Special, this fucking chicken.
Does FIFA you shout yeet as you do it?
Yes,
Remember-
please.
The spell!
The spell!
Oh my god.
And you throw this chicken at the first knight you see, like standing in the middle of all of what is going on. And the chicken hits him just in the face. And typically, I'd say it'd be a big problem. But this knight is wearing a full helmet. And the knight stumbles and panics and falls backwards into the dirt and starts batting this chicken away as it is freaking out and pecking at his head because it was just thrown at him. Gilda, you ride into this. The knight is already on the ground. And I'll say you and FIFA notice, as Vaza had blood in her eyes, the situation around here, close up, isn't great. The house that is, like, the big farmhouse, excuse me, appears to have been raided to some extent. The windows are broken, the door is hanging off of its hinges. The person that Azrael had seen get punched in the road is laying on their back, coughing, having some trouble, catching their breath. There are multiple knights on the street in some kind of overwhelming fight with other farmers. They aren't using weapons, is something you do notice. They aren't stabbing people. There isn't a lot of, bloodshed. But these very heavily armored people are physically assaulting the farmers. As you also look around, you notice there's a severe lack of farm animals. This commotion has caused a lot of farm animals to just sort of take off, if there were any.
We brought one back.
Yeah, you brought one back. But this is all the situation that you see as you pull up to this situation. And
Can I roll another perception?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to perceive here?
Well, because I said I was trying to look for, commanding officer or something.
Yeah, okay. I would say without perception, the person who got hit with the chicken seems to be the most adorned person out of all of them.
Great.
Their armor looks the most, well-shined, well-kept sort of person out of this group of ruffians that you see.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna grab that person. What do they call it? Not a horse collar. Here.
Mm-hmm.
Lapel.
By his armor and all up.
I got you.
Try grab my chicken back. Don't let him go. He's useful. I may use him again.
That's some foul play.
Oh gosh.
Really?
God fucking damn it.
He's so happy with himself.
Well, cause look at Soul.
We
I
have a
got the
face
bearded
palm.
glass of
We have a
approval.
face palm. The face palm has happened already.
For fuck's sake.
So we have a standing ovation by Beardy.
You hop off your horse and grab this person by the separation of where their armor meets their neck, and you kind of pick them up a little bit. Do you fully pull them to their feet, or do you just kind of grab them and get a good
No,
hold?
I just kind of want to pull up on him so that we're facing.
Okay. And what is it that you say when you do this?
What the hell is going on here? Why are you punching civilians?
You pick this person up and you say this, and they kind of shake their head a little bit and recenter their helmet as the chicken sort of clucks off.
I'm gonna
And
be stalking my chicken again, ready to like just stand menacingly behind Gildea with chicken.
goddamn. And they fix their helmet and they sort of collect themselves, and they look up at you, and through the helmet, they go, "What business of it is yours?"
We are emissaries of the queen.
You
So
say,
you would do well to answer my question.
oh,
Yeah.
Can I roll to like intimidate or persuade?
use intimidation since you got him by the armor.
Intimidation. Oh!
Oh, at 20.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Power chicken.
He he sort of like picks himself up to a more seated position and grabs your wrist and goes, all right, and like tries to push your wrist off of him. And he goes, "We had a debt to settle."
A debt?
He goes, "Yeah, a debt. They owed us, they didn't pay, so we settled it. Or at least we're in the middle of settling it."
I'm sorry. Farmers owed you a debt. So you burn one of the things that makes them money? Are you stupid?
You can't see his facial expression through the like drop here, but you can see his eyes through the slit, and you see them kind of narrow. And he goes, "I think what's stupid is getting yourself involved in situations you know nothing about."
Wow.
No, you look here. And this entire time, FIFA's been like taking his dagger out and trying to cut the ropes so he can get off the horse. No, you look here. You do well to mind your manners amidst such a high-ranking official, such as this person directly in front of you, right here.
The rope suddenly snaps.
Smack him with your shield.
Uh,
Smack him with your shield.
You just fucking fall out of the saddle.
Oh my god.
You won't take any falling damage, but you do fall out of the saddle. After saying all of this,
I get up and I go, yeah.
Azriel and Dorcas, make yourselves some stealth checks.
Okay.
Cut back to you guys for a quick second.
I take 12.
18 and a 12.
Yep.
Azriel got the 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. All right.
I rolled a 17, so
Believe
yeah.
it or not, even though I'm a rogue, most of my stuff is in charisma.
That's, yeah, that's.
I got the staff. It's I'm rolling well again.
You make your way through the crops and eventually find the edge of the sort of community cottage area. Out in this back area that, of course, the road group hasn't seen, it is trashed. It kind of looks like people just took the entirety of the eternity of, like, all of the stuff that was inside these little, like, one-room cottages has been thrown into the, like, common space. And just ransacked. You do see, whereas the rest of the group didn't see any livestock or anything around, in this common area surrounding all this, there are a few horses with saddles and travel bags and things, sort of clustered in this spot.
God, I have an idea.
Oh no.
I'm
Does
listening.
it involve chickens?
Do we have anything that might be voluminous enough to cover myself, and perhaps if someone was standing or sitting on my shoulders?
Oh god.
Go on.
Look, here's what I'm thinking.
Are you about to Scooby-Doo these bitches?
Outside, look, in sometimes rural areas like this, there are legends of things that live out here that people are superstitious and cowardly about. If we can make ourselves look threatening enough, I can use an illusion to create a sound that would be otherworldly and frightening. Perhaps we could get them to run away.
You are
I'm in.
about to Scooby-Doo these bitches. I cannot believe this.
Yeah, let's see what we can find to make this work.
I am the dread pirate Robert.
Simon and the cart does have a load of feed in it for him, so there is a load of hay that you could use as padding.
You're not there.
Did you like rope him up? Is he with you or not?
No, he wouldn't be with us, no.
Yeah, I would
No.
say he's up the hill with Azriel and Dorcas's horse.
I'm looking for something that's like cloak or robe that's big,
Yeah, both
or
of you.
tarp that we could use to do that.
Both of you make investigations checks.
16?
15.
Wow. Okay. I would say that just looking around and through the investigation checks, you find some very large blankets from beds that had been pulled out and thrown into this area that you could sort of use as like cloaking. There's also clothes and things along the ground that you could potentially use.
Okay.
Do they have any, like, scythes or pitchforks?
Yeah, it's a farm, so you could find
Okay.
those things sort of lying around.
Okay. Look, this may not work at all, but I mean...
While they do that, let's go back. Well, you guys think about what this fucking plan is.
And henceforth, you will speak with more respect.
I've managed to get
Got
my
dirt
chicken
all
and
over
I'm
me.
waving it while FIFA says this.
No, you order your
Go with the
people
intimidation.
to go put out that fire, and you will order them to do it now.
I'm gonna... Let's see. Gildea still has him kind of in a hold. He hasn't fully tried to stand up yet. You say all this, FIFA, and a couple more of the armored people step up. Of course, they're not as, like, fully, plated up as the person who's on the ground. Neither of them are well... One of them is wearing a helmet, but it doesn't cover their face. And the one sort of looks down at what's going on with Gildea and the presumed boss here, and looks to you, FIFA, and just kind of goes, "What is it yelling about?" And the person standing next to this person, like, bumps him and goes, "That's not how you refer to a person." And it's like, and he goes, "That's a goblin. We usually kill." And as soon as, like, he says that, the person, like, elbows him again, and he goes, and they just kind of, like, shrug at each other. And the one who was doing all the bumping goes, "Do you speak for your group here?" Referring to you, FIFA.
Have we been able
Hang
to?
on, there's no audio from
you're muted.
Rudy.
Well, I'm not the leader. That would be Gildea here. I will let her speak for all of us.
Is there? Oh shit! I just had it. Is there a way that, like, have we noticed any emblems on the armor? Like, do we know what
Nothing that stands.
military they're from?
Interesting.
And just local militia.
Yeah.
Make a wisdom check, Gildea.
Okay.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Where did the thing go? Where did the thing? No. Sorry. D&D Beyond is reloading.
If you want to try
Oh.
to download your character sheet as a PDF, so you don't have to worry about that loading, you give it a shot.
You roll a 15.
16.
16. with your military background and knowledge, none of the armor that any of the people around are wearing you recognize as Malian Alliance or Remit Resistance. So, from what you can tell, no one in this mass group is military, or at least their armor doesn't say so.
Do we know of like any local militias? Since we've already been through here?
I would say not. The only militia group you guys have heard of so far is the Ashen Storm, which is the group you're hunting.
Right.
But aside from them, you haven't met any like peacekeeping militia. At least that you recall.
Huh. Okay.
Is that guy that he punched still on the ground? Has he caught his breath back?
He's caught his
That's
breath.
who I'm
but...
talking to.
No. You're
No,
you're
the
talking to the
other
person who
guy.
punched. The one he
Oh.
Yeah, the one he actually punched was having trouble catching his breath. He's caught his breath, but he's still coughing. There is blood sort of like across his face. He's kind of on his side spitting whatever he can out. But he seems to be breathing and not like passed out.
Okay, I wanna I'm gonna question him. I'm just gonna pass him like a bit of a rag, so he can wipe his nose and just say, so what this guy says, is it true? Do you owe them a debt?
Okay. You give him a rag to wipe off, and you ask this, and the person looks at you, kind of confused for a second, and looks over at Gildea holding this knight on the ground, and quickly like shuffles to their feet and goes storming over towards Gildea and just starts going, "You son of a bitch!" And as he goes to like kick the person on the ground, one of the one with the helmet, who kept getting bumped, that had approached, steps forward and like grabs the farmer by his shirt, and he holds a fist up, and the person who had been doing the bumping goes, hold on, to kind of try to calm him down from hitting him. And this sort of this, I don't know what to call him, goon, I guess, this lackey, I don't know, shoves the farmer back into you, Vaza, but not to like knock you guys over, but just like you catch him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the farmer's like, "We owe you nothing," as he spits out some more blood that was caught in his mouth.
What do you say to that, Commander?
The knight on the ground goes, "You know that we upped the pay last year. You've been paying the same amount." The farmer cuts him off and goes, "We paid it already. We paid it last week." And the knight goes, "Really? Well, that's not what my employer said."
Who do you work for, might I ask?
The knight turns the attention back to you from the farmer, and one of the goons on the side goes, "No, you can't, actually."
Okay, well, I'm not asking. Who do you work for?
You say that. Roll another intimidation check.
So pretty good.
Let me roll a couple things here.
17.
17. Okay. The two standing look at each other, and the one on the ground sort of looks up, and you hear silently, like from the plate, just a "Don't you dare." And the two of them look down at him and back at you, and just kind of like, don't really say anything. Dorcas and Azriel jumping over
Are
to
we-
you.
Are we within 120 feet of them?
Oh, Lord.
I would say so, yeah.
Fireball.
Why do you always? Why are you always so? My shenanigans usually help, so I don't understand why you're so. Okay, this isn't even that bad.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm gonna cast message to telepathically send a message to Gildea
Okay.
and simply ask if you found out anything, and you can respond telepathically to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. See,
Okay. Right, it wasn't bad.
it wasn't bad.
So I am going to relay that, the gist of the conversation so far, and that I do not recognize these armored folk as anyone's military or militia per se.
I'm going to then respond back and say, it sounds like this is a good old-fashioned protection racket. Find out what they're protecting these farmers from.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Because if Soul goes with what I'm cooking up here, this could be good.
So I'm gonna drop. Not drop. More like push their commander back into the dirt. And turn to the farmer,
Okay.
ask him, what were they protecting you from that you needed to pay them?
The farmer kind of wipes his mouth and goes, protection, if that's what you call it. He goes, they come here and they act like, oh, it hasn't been a problem because we're around and we do everything you need. But in fact, they know they have been the problem for the past year, which is why they upped their pay. And he starts to get a little carried away with, annoyed by what he's saying, worked up. That's the word I'm looking for. He starts to get worked up by what he's saying. And the knight you had pushed down into the dirt is now standing up, and he goes, we put protections in place to make sure it doesn't come back. And
It what?
It what?
In unison with a wavering chicken.
just a mass.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. The two goons kind of look at each other, and the one goes, y'all not from around here?
No, enlighten me.
That, whatever the hell it is, we don't know. The big knight stands up. He goes, it showed up 2 winters ago, and it's killed 3 sentinels. We don't know what it is.
Free what? I'm sorry?
Sentinels.
Sentinels?
Thems are
What are
like the
those?
Witchers. They have ghosts in them.
Yeah. The guy we sacrificed one to save the girl.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Right.
saved Blair with a sentinel.
Yes.
Yeah.
It,
You relay any of this to me?
can I do that still?
How long
I
does
thought
the
it was
message
like
go
a-
on for? Yeah.
One time kind of
That's
thing.
what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Hold on.
Well, yes, if I can.
I believe you have to send a message to get one back.
Is there a word limit?
Yeah. No, there's not a word limit, but there's a message to and then one response. So I would have to
Well,
message again. But
I would say that you sent one, she sent one back, and then you sent one asking to
Oh,
figure out
what
what
are
it
they
was.
protecting from? So I'm awaiting that response.
So you're
yes.
awaiting the response from that. So you can send a message still, Gildea.
Okay. So you don't know what you're protecting them from, but you're protecting them anyway. And it's killed sentinels. Has anybody seen this thing? Whatever it is.
The farmer goes, "It's too fast." Not really looking at you, just kind of 1,000 yards staring at the dirt. Just goes like, "It's too fast. Took 2 of our cows. We didn't even see it happen." The fucking laugh that Mr. Nerd
And
gives.
so I'm going to relay to him, there's monsters afoot.
All right, I'm gonna send the message back. I said, "All right, well then, we are going to bring the monsters to them." But obviously, not really.
Duh.
Okay, so what is about to fucking happen with Dorcas and Azrael? What has been going on behind the farmhouse?
Have you? What have? Okay, all right. So what have you found?
I found these ropes, these large sacks, these large blankets, and some farm tools.
All right. Here's the plan. I am going to create a fog to make our entrance a little more dramatic. You are going to be on my shoulders, and we're going to cover both of us with whatever will cover both of us. Perhaps in your hands, if you had a scythe and a pitchfork, but you made it look like they were your hands and, that you weren't holding them.
Ooh.
And as we approach, I will create the monstrous sound that will hopefully scare off our would-be invaders.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think this will work, but I'm in.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna go so well. First
I
try.
cannot wait.
Okay.
And then the farmers can just die to the actual monster. It's gonna be awesome.
Let me look at some things here.
Can I start with my fog spell first?
Okay, yeah.
No, we need to start cooking first.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, oh my goodness. Let me think about this for a second.
Because I'm definitely gonna need you to tie the scythe and the pitchfork to my hands.
Okay.
Then you're gonna have to lift me up after we get everything cut out.
Yeah.
That's how this is gonna work.
Okay, I'm gonna have you both make a series of checks here. Or if you feel like only one of you should make certain checks that I'm gonna give you, you can say that, but you gotta give me a reason. Okay?
Okay.
I need you guys to make a deception check to see how well this costume is put together.
Okay.
Okay.
And make it as one, unless, like I said, if you guys feel like only one of you should make it.
That's a 21.
17.
Ooh.
Okay. It's convincing. I'll give you that. Dorcas, make a strength check to see how well you can lift and hold Azrael.
Could I use an immovable rod to assist me?
Ooh.
That he can sit on that? But it can't move, though. I can't carry it with me while I'm
it
not
wouldn't
on.
move.
But you can use it to help him step up.
Oh, so he can step
higher,
onto, so I don't have to.
step
Yeah.
onto you.
So I can just be standing instead of having to
Okay,
get down. And
make
stand up. Can I
make
do
a
that?
strength check with advantage then.
Okay.
Incredible.
That's an 18 plus nothing, so 18 or 12. 18.
Okay, so you can hold him. The next one. Okay, so you wanted to cast fog.
Yep.
Okay. Tell me about fog.
So, okay, hold on.
Well, when water's in a gaseous form.
No, I've done this before. I'm trying to remember which spell I used. The prestidigitation?
There is a spell called fog, so
Oh yeah, there is. Okay.
I don't know
20-foot
if
radius
it's one of the ones you use.
sphere of fog centered around a point within range.
Okay.
So you would be the
So-
point then.
I would put it like in our here, like I would cast it at the point where I'm like, here's where we're gonna make our grand entrance.
Okay. So let's put a pause on that then, and we'll jump back to the road crew, and then these two things are gonna have to collide. And I got okay.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. If a monster pops out right now, I'm gonna kick its ass.
You know, poop your
I'm gonna
pants.
shoot every single spell. I've got a 2nd level moonbeam in the chamber for it right now.
Me and FIFA know
Loaded.
nothing of the Gildea conversation, so like.
Yeah, you guys know nothing about what's coming. You just know that there's an idea.
I'm so down
well,
to slay the hell
Gildea
out
knows
of a
there's an
monster.
idea.
I just don't know what the idea is. I mean, I sort of know, but you know, I also know the level of shenanigans that you two get up to.
Yeah, she has no faith in
So-
us. She has
Wherever
no faith.
wherever
pull
that
this off
monster is, I hope
perfectly.
it can take 2d10 of damage per turn because Shandi, I swan to John, it's coming.
So
Yeah, so the last thing that was said to you was the thing about how it took 2 cows and no one even saw it.
Were the chickens okay? I mean, I've only found one.
The farmer looks at you, like actually looking at you for the first time. You should say that, and pulls the chicken out of your hands and goes, "That's mine."
Oh, I'm so sorry. She did so well. Did you see? Did you see what she did?
Yeah,
He saved you.
Yeah.
I saw that. It's a guard chicken. That's what she's for. Like,
Oh. No wonder she flew with such grace and precision. I commend you for your chicken.
I fucking broke Beauty. I fucking broke Beauty. They grabbed the wall.
These ones are not for eating. Guard chickens, we don't eat those. The wings are not, they're just not really the right. Are you okay, FIFA? Would you like some ginger?
I'm sorry. God chicken is the best thing I've heard ever. Those are my 2 new favorite words, but only when they're right next to each other, just like that. You take guard? Nah, I hate guards normally. You take chicken, I like to eat them, but guard chicken?
Patrolling path.
I don't know much about this world's pantheon, but my gods, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard in all 9 years of existence. It's beautiful. I'm actually thinking about retiring to live here. And if there wasn't a monster around, I would. That's so good.
I used to be an adventurer until I heard of
But
guard.
then I learned about guard chickens, and I started a business, baby. I might. This is a big character moment for me. I might never eat a chicken wing again, crunchy or not.
Say it didn't so.
Undead.
What if
Nothing.
What if the wing that I'm eating is a guard chicken wing?
Undead, nothing. Trolls,
Well, then the chicken
nada.
was weak and
Dragons, got 'em.
Didn't guard well enough
chicken,
because it lost
fuck.
its wings. So I guess I'm fine with eating chicken wings still.
Oh fuck, dude. It broke you so much that like
I cried.
I saw your hand hit the green screen, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
I know. I almost knocked over that barrel. What
did
green screen?
fuck? I forgot. You're right. That's the Gobble Inn in Sweets. But yeah. So, where the fuck were we?
Guard chicken.
Yeah.
Guard chicken.
Pulls it out of your hand.
How could you
Yeah.
forget?
Yeah. That's the point. She's a guard chicken. That's what she's for. Yeah.
Has she done her job well lately?
I mean, yeah, we like points at the motions to the one that the large knight that Vaza threw the chicken at. Yeah, did a pretty fucking good job, I'd say.
At this point, I will cast Speak with Animals. And I'll just say, thank you for your service.
Okay.
I'm honored to be in your presence, guard chicken.
Can the chicken respond, or is it just
Yes,
you?
I can understand the chicken. So now you as a DM have to come up with a voice for a guard chicken.
Chicken.
Yes.
So wait, what is it that you said to the chicken again?
Hello, illustrious guard chicken. It is an honor to be in the presence of one so illustrious and so brave. I want to thank you for guarding this farm as well as you do. May chance, could you honor me by telling me your name? The rest of you just hear.
Okay.
He's lost his marbles.
The chicken.
He's lost his mind. I don't.
Hold on.
The chicken
The
looks.
chicken
to
is
you.
speaking.
It's just
Yep.
so fucking dumb.
You opened the can of worms.
You open that can.
I did
I'm
not!
gonna start slurping.
I did
Grabbing
not.
that chicken was the best idea I've ever had.
The fact that the shit that Patty and I are about to pull is the second most outrageous thing that's happening right now is fucking hilarious.
I am in concurrence.
The chicken looks at you.
Yes.
And goes.
With which eye?
So the way I see this is like the farmer's standing like this, looking at Vaza, and you walked around this side. So the chicken is looking with this side to look at you and this side to look at the situation that's going on.
It's not even
It
like
never
being
stops.
lazy at its job. The work never ends. Evil never sleeps, and neither does guard chicken.
The chicken looks at you and goes, "They call me Susan here, and I thank you so much for saying how much my work is appreciated by you."
He's a Russian chicken.
Susan, do you like that name, or have you been given your own name? I know normally people can't speak with chickens.
It was the name I was born with. And yes, people do not normally speak to chickens. Then again, people are not normally small and green.
Well, nobody's perfect.
But no, they are not. Do you seek danger to my family?
No, we're trying to protect your family. We hear there's a monster around. Have you seen it? Oh, Susan, illustrious guard chicken.
No, they keep me in the house. I see no monsters in the house.
Oh, you must be very frustrated inside of the house when your whole point is to guard.
Well, I keep things out of the house that would otherwise come in to harm my family.
Oh, that's you're doing so good. So, oh, Susan, the Russian guard chicken.
What is Russia?
You wouldn't understand. It's a druid thing. It's
What is
they
a
make
druid?
I'm a druid. I lived in the forest and I learned magic of nature. We could get into like White Russians and Moscow mules all day long, but
We're having
I
this
don't
extended
think that we
conversation.
have the
rest of
time.
you all gotta-
Have any of the
gonna
other chickens
nudge
like
FIFA.
seen anything or like described anything? Maybe you spoke with some cows before they disappeared.
Again, I am kept inside the house. I do not understand what it is you are looking for exactly. While they are having this conversation, not that I'm not okay with having it, but we've been talking
Yeah,
for
what
a
is the
while,
rest of the group
and
doing?
the other shit needs to go on because
I'm
all
gonna be
they're
like-
hearing,
So true.
No.
all they're hearing are
I'm
clucks
nudging
and box.
FIFA. I'm nudging FIFA, going. Just
Susan and
say,
I are
I'm
talking."
Sorry. No, say the throw. It was a good throw. I'm very happy. Like, thank you. Like, just from the.
She's so happy about the teamwork that just happened. This is Vaza, by the way. Susan Vaza Susan.
What as this conversation's going on, to those who didn't get broken by the fact that I said guard chicken, what's happening? Purity, that
I
was
think we all got broken by guard
yeah,
chicken.
we
I
all
don't
got
know who
broken by
you're
guard
talking
chicken.
to.
So Vaza and FIFA are talking to the guard to Susan the guard chicken.
That is the title of today's episode, by the way.
Susan the guard chicken.
Yeah.
Susan the Russian guard chicken.
Susan the Russian guard chicken. Gildale, what are you trying to discern from what has been said?
I imagine that the flunkies
Okay.
and, you know, the whole armored people are all probably like looking back and forth as this exchange is happening.
They're-
Like, what the fuck?
They are confused as fuck, and a couple more have actually wandered over to the grouping that has
Oh.
happened. There are, I would say, 5 in total, and there are still others around. But in this group right here, there are 5 people. Well, 5 armored individuals
Okay.
that have now wandered over
So-
to see what's happening.
So maybe like, y'all ever seen somebody talk to a chicken? Yeah, my buddy right there.
Oh, that's where you're. Oh, good lord.
The one of them just goes, "Your bodyguard speaks to chickens?"
Yeah.
Looks at another one of them and goes, "Dude, I can't fucking compete with that. I don't speak to chickens." And
You're just literally fronting it out. I love that.
yeah, it's like maybe we should.
Because you're not a druid, man.
It's like maybe we shouldn't work for this team. And it's like, but like, dude, I can't fucking speak to chickens. How does he speak to chickens? And the one knight goes, "That's not the important part right now. Like, for fuck's sake, can we stop
Susan
talking
and
about
I are
chickens?"
speaking.
And he's like, "The point is, they owe us money for the protection that we gave. They haven't paid up. We're getting our monies back and showing them why they need to pay. So I don't see what the problem is here."
Oh, can we do that? Can we do this now?
Yes.
Sweet.
Have I stalled enough time for you to get all dressed?
Yeah, I'd say there's been enough time stalled. So there is a path where essentially, like, there's a short stable section where horses will get tied up. Not like a whole roofed in thing, but like an area for horses next to the major house. I would say that's the path that leads you to where this group is standing.
A paddock.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm casting the fog.
Okay.
Here's the sequence of the event. The fog starts to happen.
Okay.
I start walking forward, Asriel's on my shoulders, and a form can be seen.
Okay.
As this happens, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to create the smell of something that has been feasting on.
Ew.
So the smell of rot, essentially. Like the smell of like
Yes.
rotting corpses. Okay.
And
Oh.
then I will cast Minor Illusion. In order to let out the roar of an animal, I learned this call from a man. I think he was named Elder Benjamin, and that's this is the call of a crate dragon. And so that is what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Oh, you're Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep, yep.
Shit. Ah, I got there. I
That
was
was
like,
for
wait a
you,
minute.
Beardy.
I was like, wait a minute. There's something here. There's something tickling a certain fancy here.
Okay. Do any of those spells require rolls? Or do they just happen?
I don't think so.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have both of you roll performance. and then
Okay.
also roll intimidation.
Okay.
Want to borrow some of mine?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'd be okay.
No, we're not.
It might
No,
be.
we're not. No, we're not.
Dorcas.
I rolled a nat one.
I rolled a nat 20. I rolled a nat
What?
20.
On which roll?
The performance.
On the performance?
Yes.
Mine was also the performance.
I
Okay.
am so happy right now.
Azrael, don't worry about rolling intimidation. Dorcas, roll intimidation. I'm gonna roll a few things.
19. Wait. 19 plus. Where's 21.
21. You're not gonna fucking believe me. I rolled like shit. That's not the part you won't believe. The part you won't believe is there is a singular nat 20 in all of this shit. There are 3 2s. I don't understand how a nat 20 came out of this, but there are 3 2s and a nat 20. So, fog settles in. And for a moment, you all think it's just smoke coming from the fields. But it's resting on the ground, it's not raising into the air, it's keeping a steady height. It's thin enough to see through, but it still obstructs your vision a little bit. You're both 6 foot, right? Minimum.
Yeah.
Oh god, 9, 10 foot creature? Because
Yeah.
Azrael is sitting on your shoulders,
Yeah.
stumbles through the fog with a scythe as one hand and the head of a pitchfork as another, and a screech that booms through the fog originates from it. The guards standing around the knight take off. Immediately just no, and they fucking run. The knight is standing there and sort of takes a step back to look at all of this. FIFA, Mystic, or FIFA, Vaza, and Gildea, all of you roll intelligence checks.
Can I request insight?
Yeah, insight. Do insight. That's better. Do insight.
Everyone do insight.
Yes.
Oh, we're doing insight? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just use your insight modifier. To whatever
Oh,
you roll.
okay.
Oh, I don't have a modifier.
Ooh. 13.
19.
No, 19.
I say, Susan, have you ever seen combat? Do you want
Two.
to?
Vaza got a 2.
I got. What on earth is this thing?
Vaza, 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 Vaza,
Vaza. Vaza.
Vaza, Vaza.
And okay,
That's
so
it.
there's one who remains, right?
One of the knight remains, yes.
Okay.
Oh god, there's still somebody here. Oh, I mean, oh, the horror.
And can you give me just the last bit of leeway to pull some other fuck shit?
Well, hold on. Because there's still a natural 1 fuck shit to pull.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember this natural one.
Look, the performance is more
Is that-
based
is
on what
that
I'm
what I
doing than what
hear?
he's doing. That's all I'm gonna say. All he has
Okay.
to do is wave his arm.
But he's the arms. That's the thing. He's on top of you. So as this happens, and those soldiers run away, and, Azrael's flailing his arms and rocking around to be this crazy hash slinging slasher looking fucking creature. the knight looks over to the farmer and goes, but, and the farmer looks back at the knight and goes, that's not it. And as he says that, Azriel falls. He swings and falls off the back of your shoulders and hits the ground. And the knight now lifts the mask of the helmet up. And you see a very grizzled faced human man underneath. And he just kind of cocks his head to the side and goes, I don't know what just... And that, where did the noise come from?
Be careful! When it splits in half like that, it's about to shoot. Dorcas is blue.
Yes.
It's gonna shoot lightning out of its belly button.
The farmer turns to you as you're standing next to him and goes, okay, we understand that it's not what you guys think it is, but the noise is confusing because it wasn't the right noise, but it does make a... And he's cut off by a screech none of you have ever heard before.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, Lord.
That echoes throughout this sort of valley. And for a second, everything just... The screech is loud and then quickly is cut off as the echo is the only thing draining. And there's so much silence around, all you hear is the cackling of the fire over on the one field.
I've drawn my sword and I'm just like purposely going round in a circle because I don't know who to not have my back to right now.
And the knight and the farmer both look up and like sort of like hold their hands out as like a hold on a second. And the knight turns over to where Dorcas and Azriel are standing and goes, please tell me that was one of you.
Please tell me what?
That was one of you.
No.
You both say no, and the three horses that FIFA, Vaz, and Gildea rode in on begin to jump and whinny and start to make a big fuss. And, you know, are neighing and jumping up and, like, trying to throw their saddles off their back.
What are they saying?
Can you speak with all animals?
Yep.
Holy shit.
I can't help but ruin this moment
It's okay.
by asking.
You hear as they're whinnying and jumping around, the one of them goes, "Where is it? Where is it?" And the other sort of like shakes its back and goes, "I'm not sure. I'm not sure," as they're sort of panicking. And the screech happens again. This time significantly louder than you heard it last time. And you hear a
Here closer or just louder?
louder.
Just
I
louder.
would say because it's louder, you would guess closer. But you hear this as a shadow goes over the fog that you're all currently standing in.
Oh.
And
Above?
yeah, like a shadow, as if a cloud passed over, but not slowly.
Okay, I'm gonna
like,
dissipate the fog
whoosh.
immediately.
The fog dissipates, and you look up, and you see nothing above you. And the knight puts his hand to his mouth and makes a loud whistle. And the horses that Dorcas and Azrael had seen behind the farm come racing into the road. And he jumps up on one of them and goes, "Everyone's gone now!" and takes off down the street, not the direction you guys came from, but from the other end.
Is it possible to not knock this knight from his horse?
Before he takes off, you can take a shot at it. What are you trying to? What are you using to do it?
I'm thinking I'm going to do a little earth tremor on him.
Okay.
So he has to do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Give him a dex
You
save.
gotta do 12 or better.
Give me 1 second to pull up his exact stat block. He has to do a 12 or better.
He does.
Okay, let me see where I can find his thing here. Where was he? Ended up in the animal section. I wanted to end up in the human section. There we go. Okay, 12 or better on Dex. He fails. So as he hops up on the horse and gives this order to run, you make the ground shake, and he falls out of his saddle as the horse books it without him. And he hits the ground and is trying to like stabilize himself from the ground shaking. And again, the loud screech echoes through the valley that you're all in.
I'm gonna go over to him.
Okay.
And attempt to grab him and haul him to his feet.
Okay. Make a strength check to pick him up.
Never do well at these. You do a 12.
You struggle, but you get him to his feet.
Alright, as I do this, I say, so, you're out here preying on the naivete and goodwill of these farmers, and now, when your work is coming back on you, you're gonna turn tail and run. Not this time. You're gonna face this with the rest of us, or I'm going to take your head off your shoulders.
He grabs you back, like grabs your robes, and he goes, "You don't understand. It's not supposed to come this far anymore." And as he says that,
so you know what it is.
the farmer chirps up and goes, guys, where did the horse go?" And points down the road where his horse had taken off. And you would see it. It's a long, like, the hill does raise, like, the ground raises a little bit, but it's far enough out, the property goes far enough to where you would see it at least hit the tree line. But there is no horse. There is actually no horses at all. But,
Can I roll on our contract?
yeah, go ahead.
22.
22, what are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking to see if this thing is magical.
Like, this, oh, like, is there magic in the area?
Yes.
Let me check to be 100%
Other than my own.
sure. Where is it? I lost
And
its
if there is, will it tell me enough as to what this thing is?
And while he's doing that, I want to go and hold my sword up against the guy and be like, "You said that it's not supposed to come this far. You know what it is. What is it?"
Ooh, 2 dragonborn in this guy's face. I love it.
I'm gonna say,
both you roll intimidation.
Susan, get inside.
You want both of us to do that, or just Basil?
Both of you guys, because you both been, you know.
What was that? What am I rolling?
Intimidation. Yes,
Intimidation.
23.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, they gotta have the staff.
Thing.
Clearly.
I don't remember if it gives off a magical presence, but I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right thing anymore.
What do I
It's
have?
been a minute. I made this encounter a while ago. I'm sorry, guys.
I got 8.
Okay.
So the question that's being posed is, so you know what it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you're
You
and
said
then
it's not supposed to come this far.
and then Dorcas is trying to find out if it gives off magic.
Yeah.
You don't sense a magical presence.
Yep.
And Vaza, you ask, you know what it is, and he responds with, it's It's not that I know what it is, it's that we saw its nest. We found out where it was nesting, and we went out there, and we decided to give it. We set up certain, I don't know, traps to ensure that it would stay within a perimeter. But it's not supposed to go this far anymore.
Clever girl.
God, I'm just getting the. Now I'm just like, it's either sensing a rival and it's coming to, defend its territory, or it's sent, or I put out a mating call and it's like, who am I here?
The cavalry has arrived.
Can I like try and get a vantage point to see if I can see what it is?
Yeah. What are you trying to climb to get a vantage point?
Like on like the farmhouse? So we know I can climb.
Yeah, make an acrobatics check to see how well you can climb the house.
Not very well, apparently. That's a 10.
10. You struggle to get up there. I will say you don't get all the way to the roof. There's like, it's a multi-story house. It's got like 3 and then like an attic space. So you get onto one of the, I guess like the second floor. There's a balcony that you reach, that you kind of look out from, and you look around in the sky and you don't see anything like bigger than a bird flying around, until there is a brief moment where one of the knights who has moved down the road, who originally ran away, puts his hands up to kind of cone and yell to everyone. Goes, "We need to get," and then a black shadow moves and he is suddenly gone from his position on the road. And all of you just sort of see it as like panning, just Azrael, you're up high and you see it continue. And make a perception check. I want to see how much of it you actually see.
That's a 23.
23. I'm trying to think of something to compare it in size to. Let me think here for a minute.
Is it smaller or larger than a bread box?
It's much larger than a bread box.
Is it smaller or larger than Susan?
Much larger than Susan.
He must
He's a dragon.
Huh? What'd you say?
Which one of us?
Which one?
I don't know. There was 2 things that were said at once, and I couldn't tell what either of them were. I didn't know if it
I
was.
said we must protect Susan.
Oh.
I said, is it a dragon?
Oh. No, it's not a dragon. I'd
Well,
say
you'd be
you
able
can
to detect magic on a dragon.
Yeah, you'd be able to detect magic on a dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're like magical beings.
So this thing is just that fast. It has nothing to do with magic. It's just that fast.
You look down when that man yells and watch him vanish. You see a creature that you've never seen before. Azrael, you're used to city life. You stick to the shadows and alleyways of cities, doing your next con and scam. And you've heard of the kind of things that you can witness while traveling the world. But this doesn't look like something that should exist in a world you travel. It is flying, but it lacks consistent feathers. Only a few patches here and there. It was long enough when you looked at it from head to tail to stretch beyond the road. You couldn't tell wingspan because of how fast it was moving, of how wide they actually are. But you could have swore for a brief second that when this thing's mouth or beak or whatever it is made contact with the man standing there, it looked like he froze in place and just stopped moving. Like he didn't ragdoll and get taken. He just stopped. And you saw it cut into the crops that were on the side of the building. But because of the side of the building you're on, you didn't see how much further it went. And I'll say
What?
that's what you were able to notice.
I have an idea.
Remember the last time you had an idea?
Hey, it worked pretty good.
It worked pretty good.
It worked pretty good.
And that is what you witness as the rest of you standing on the street. There was a man there 1 second, and then a shadow, and in a blink of an eye, there wasn't a man standing there.
Well, that's gonna be a nope from me. I'm gonna head back to the Queen and say that this mission was a bust.
Wait.
Have a good one, everybody.
Wait.
No, don't go,
Wait.
don't go anywhere. Hang on, it
Wait,
might get
wait,
you.
what,
Just stay
what,
still.
what?
Can Tifa talk to the creature?
Can FIFA talk to it?
I'm sorry. You want me to go to the thing we didn't even see, just kill that dude, and you want me to what? Say hello, ask it to have tea and crumpets. It's not a chicken.
That's
offense, Susan.
precisely
Another
what we
animal
No
want.
offense,
Right.
Susan.
Yes.
Don't take it.
Yes, I want you to talk to it. Charm it. You're good at that.
I need to look at.
I
speak.
don't think that it's a beast because I can only speak to beasts, and that thing is like that thing's giving off monstrosity, aberration, freaking elemental. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it is not a. I will say that it is not a beast class. If it was, you would have understood the screaming, the
Yeah.
cries.
All right, so here's
It screamed,
fine.
and all I heard was scream. Not like, hey, I'm coming to get ya. Let's go to fantasy Chuck E. Cheese together.
I still think we should have the tiny one talk to it.
So I have an idea that you're not going to go for it. I know you're not going to go for it, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Okay. What if I used Mage Hand to move one of my unmovable rods, not activated, but as I'm moving it, I used an illusion to make it as though a person is running out of the village. Then I have them stand on the road, activate the immovable rod, so when it comes to take it, it do it.
Huh. What all can minor illusion do?
Okay. I fully expected a just no from that, so I'm gonna.
Because here's the thing. It's the kind of bullshit that I like. But I don't want to be too generous.
I can create. Okay. Says I can create the image of, like, as long it's not so it can't have any physical interactions.
Okay.
But this is I'm just hoping this thing is dumb enough to fall for this. It's only going to be a person that's like 5 foot tall.
Okay.
They're not big.
They're a child person.
Hey,
5 foot tall isn't tiny either.
I know.
Isn't Vaz a 5 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I.
yeah, Vasa, why are you offended by this? Why is it just me?
She's
Kayak
tiny
person.
too.
Retention.
And I'm assuming I'd have to roll a pretty good Arcana to be trying do both of these things at once, and I get that.
Someone in chat said stationary illusion sounds and smells is what minor illusion does. Is that the one you're casting minor illusion, right? That's the one you want to cast?
I think that's the one that'll let me do this.
Here, let me check your thing so I can see an actual spell.
If you create an image of no.
You said minor illusions?
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Maybe this might not be right. That's only an object. Crap. Okay, where's one that lets? I know there's one that lets me do people.
I think major.
It's major illusion. Hold on, let me see what prestidigitation does.
That's the
Major
same thing as
image.
prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it. Hold on.
The third level.
Oh, a minor illusion, or
Major image is a third level spell.
okay, I don't have that. I swear I had one that let me create a person once. I did it.
Minor illusion is a cantrip.
Right. Hold on. This might all be in vain then.
It's okay. I mean, I like the ideas. Get the player's handbook. I'll just-
Okay.
Okay.
What if we took? There are, like clothes and the blankets and things. What if we put one of those on the immovable rod and make it look person-like, and I send it out with my mage hand?
Okay.
Immovable scarecrow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How far does Mage Hand reach?
Not far. 30 feet.
So you're not gonna get much distance between you.
My goal isn't distance, it's just to stop the thing so we can get a look at it.
Okay. Alright. I'll say that, yeah, you could do that.
It's a good idea.
Well, what else do you want to do?
I don't have any idea.
Go home. I want to go home.
You want to leave and go out on the road where that thing has already killed 2 people and how many horses?
I wasn't gonna walk towards it. I was gonna walk away from it.
I
Wait,
think
need a bigger
there's
wagon.
people who are walking away from it.
I would say aside from you, I think everyone's still on the road, right? You're all just in the middle
I'm
of the
on the
road,
roof.
kind of like. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
except
I
for Azriel and Dorcas. I think everyone's just kind of standing in the road, like, oh shit.
The rest of us are kind of on the road. Yeah.
Yeah, like frozen in place.
Yeah, well, the last guy who tried to run away got cut off mid-sentence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also, how long is it going to take to put this whole thing together?
That's another
what
question.
if we all move at
We
once?
all do this. Because I could also, so instead of minor illusion to cast the image of a person, I could cast it to create like a footstep sound.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it hears. Maybe it's blind and it only hears things.
We could do that.
Uh,
Look, it might not work at all, but
the knight goes, I think what might work the best, since we're all still close to the house, is to just get inside and formulate a plan there. We're too exposed right now. We need to move.
Okay.
Okay.
you have
All
the most
together or one at
cowardly
a
ruffian
time?
I think I've ever come across. You know that?
He looks at you. Oh yeah, you are on the road because you grabbed him. He looks at you and goes, "Will you lower your goddamn voice?"
What does he say?
He kind of. I'm sorry, my mic is not great. He sort of like grits through his teeth and goes, "Will you lower your goddamn voice?"
Lower your goddamn voice. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'll have to just talk and say it's in a whisper.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. But yeah.
Right. So, all right, are we doing this or not?
Sure.
Wait.
He goes, "All right. So,
What do I got to roll, Dungeon Master?
okay, you're doing the immovable rod
Doing
thing.
the stupid thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. Roll, I guess, performance again.
Performance is that is 14.
Okay. So you send this immovable rod. Well, essentially, it's just like a blanket draped over it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Send the immovable rod out. Are you sending it like up the road? Are you sending it into
I'm
the field?
sending it off the direction where the guy who got taken.
Okay, so I'd say up the road.
Yeah.
So you send this
I'm
up the
sending
road.
a footstep spell with it.
Okay.
What?
rod and the, you know, I guess cloth, the blanket, go out, making the footstep sound, and everyone just kind of stares and watches it, and you hear the very loud screech echo again. And there is a loud sort of thud. Like not really like something breaking, but something hitting something very hard.
Okay.
The blanket and everything is still there, and your removal rod is activated. Like it has stopped at the 30-foot mark. Azriel, the thud you hear next to you. And a chill runs down your spine for a second. And when you sort of turn to look, like kind of give the side eye glance, a long, unfeathered, flesh-colored wing is drooped down the side of the house next to you. And you hear this sort of like as whatever it is like shifts on its perch. And you notice it, and then all of you realize there was a thud and nothing happened. And then you all see it. Everyone roll wisdom to see if you can figure out what this is. I've given you the description.
8.
Well,
Oh Lord. 9.
8.
So the highest one's a 12.
21.
yeah.
21. Alright, Azriel got 21. Holy shit.
Yeah, I rolled a 19. I got a +2, so.
Jesus.
I mean, he has the best vantage point.
I am
so-
right next to it.
Alright. FIFA with a 12. You're staring at this thing. And you have seen one before. But you don't know where, and you don't know what it's called. Just sort of like, maybe you saw one wandering one day, and someone pulled you away from it. Maybe you saw it fly by once. But that's as much as you know. Azriel, now that you're this close to it, and you see it, and you're sort of looking up at this bird-like creature, and you get this sort of rotted smell in your nose. You think back to a book that you read once on a person's account of things that they saw while traveling in more farming areas. And you are looking at a giant cockatrix. And you are certain of it, and you realize that typically cockatrices don't grow this big. They grow to maybe the size of a human, you know, standing at most 8 feet in height when it stands upright. At least that's what the book said. This is gigantic. And you don't know how it got that big, but it is apparently big enough to where it will now hunt livestock and humans.
Oh, fuck.
And that is what is perched next to you on this house.
Oh shit, this is a really good farm. That thing's huge.
Has it noticed me?
Not yet, no.
Seen
That
one of those
is
before.
one-
I can't
that
remember what
way.
it's called. It's like a
Seriously
tricky
large guy.
cock.
God damn it, Rudy.
I would like to keep it that way, that it does not notice me, so I'm not going to move.
Does it notice any of us?
It's looking down at the
The thing that I put out
yeah,
there?
the immovable rod.
Okay. Okay. So it hasn't gone for the bait yet.
No.
Okay. What if? Can I cast a prestidigitation to kind of make it smell like a person would smell?
I'd say so. You could.
Okay.
You cast
You want me to
this.
roll a deception or something?
No,
Or an arcana?
you cast this, and Azrael, you hear next to you this deep like as it's like intaking air through the holes by its beak, and it makes that like chirp again that it was making, and its head like cocks to the side a couple times. And it lowers it cranes its neck down over like the side of the front of the house, and it cocks its head to the side once to get a better look at the decoy. And Azrael, you notice its eye focus on you, and you're just kind of frozen there, and again it makes that sound as it's just staring at you. And all of you are looking at it, and it seems like it's going to go for a second, and then you realize it turns its head in the direction of where Azrael's standing on this balcony and stops moving.
Oh, not good. Right.
Roll
Okay.
initiative?
If you guys are planning to attack it now, if like an attack is happening,
I mean,
from what I understand,
I'm
everyone's
gonna.
just standing there.
I'm throwing a spell.
Okay.
So
Does it appear to be like aggressively looking at him, or is it just like it's clocked him?
It's hard to tell with having never seen one before. So, Dorcas, if you're throwing a spell, what are you throwing?
I'm throwing a. So do I get to do it just right now?
There's no initiative,
Yeah.
so if you're just doing it, you're just doing it.
I'm dead.
Not if it presents. If I present a bigger threat to it than you do.
How many times has Azrael died in this campaign?
Well, let's see.
As soon
How many
as
times have I died by a monster or my party?
as
I have no idea to what you're referring. It's just arrows just seem to happen out of nowhere.
All right, I'm launching a chromatic orb at this thing, and it's going to be a fire.
Okay. What were you saying, Beardy?
as soon as the spell gets launched, I'm gonna start spreading out from the rest of the group and doing it pretty loud. That way, I can be another semi-distracting force to try to like confuse it a little bit more.
Okay.
It's gonna go, hey, kaki 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 kaki.
Okay.
If it's, can I see the spell coming in?
I'm gonna say no, because I would say where you were standing, you originally could see them, but now that this thing's head is in front of you, you can't see the people on the ground anymore. Like, it is fully just there in front of you. Dorcas, roll me an attack. Does that automatically hit?
No.
Okay, so roll me the attack. FIFA, roll me a. Oh gosh, I don't even know. You're trying to get its attention.
18.
18. Okay.
Performance.
I think performance is the way to go.
Sweet.
Wait, so I'm sorry. What did you say? Did I
There's-
hit it?
Hang on, there's two things happening at once. That's why I wanted to
Okay.
do them both.
Mine was an 18.
Okay, so two 18s. Dorcas, your orb smashes into the cockatrix up by where the neck meets like the shoulder wing section.
Okay.
And the fire bursts out from it. You watch feathers, the little patches of feathers that exist on this thing, fly off as it screams and it booms and echoes throughout this valley. And it snaps its head to the side, and all it sees is FIFA screaming and running.
Uh-oh.
What direction?
That's
are
right.
you,
It was I.
What direction are you headed in, FIFA?
I'm just gonna head away from the group, whichever way is like the most apparent. But I'm not gonna run towards the house. I'm gonna run like to the side of the house, so I'm like parallel with the group.
So you're trying to run into one of the fields?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go like into the corn because that feels like a death sentence. I'm gonna like stay outside the corn,
Oh, like run
Just
along the edge of the
adjacent
field.
to the core.
but run along the edge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. You take off.
There's children in that corn.
You take off along the edge of the field, and this thing turns, and you all see it look in FIFA's direction. I'm gonna roll something here.
This feels like it was a
Do I-
mistake.
Do I need to roll for damage on that thing at all?
Yes, roll for damage, please. Grab this.
18 plus 6, 24 points of damage.
20.
Damn.
God damn, off one hit.
No wonder it's pissed
48.
off.
Okay. Where's my pen? There it is. Okay. Said 28?
Damage?
Yeah. Is that right?
24.
24. My bad. Okay. 24 points of damage. Alright. Let me roll this thing. Then
I could, but I have another. I'm preparing a wind spell in case I need to get FIFA out of its direct line of sight for a moment.
FIFA, what's your armor class?
FIFA
Yeah.
13.
It got a 12. You are running along the side of this crop, like this field of crops, and this giant cockatrix throws itself down off the roof, bypassing over all of you, and it moves with a speed that is incredible for something this size. And FIFA, it doesn't hit you. It's thrown off by the damage it took and misses, and goes sailing into the crop. But you are thrown from your feet from the amount of wind that gusts past. And you aren't fully prone, but you are like tossed to the side as this thing swoops over you and completely misses. And I want everyone to roll for
That's
initiative.
right. I knew you were no good. You 2-bit pigeon.
You said roll initiative?
Yep, roll initiative, everyone.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh no.
30, 20.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, nice.
10.
19.
18.
16.
Okay, so Gildea, Dorcas, FIFA.
Can we take a potty break before combat?
Yes, we can.
Oh my god.
Dorcas, FIFA, and then Vaz and Azrael. Okay. And then I will roll some more initiative for everyone else involved in the situation. Guys, we are going to pause this right here. We're going to take a quick break so everyone can use the bathroom right before we get into this fight. We will be back shortly.
Amazing.
guys, we're back. We're still waiting for Mrs. Nerd to come back, which is totally fine. We're just coming here, so we're all vibing. I'm getting the list down for the order of combat. Okay, so I have Gildea, and then Dorcas, FIFA, the Knight, Vaza, the Cockatrix, and then Azrael. Should be.
Was I able to deduce at all if it had a weakness to fire after suffering the attack of fire?
I mean, you saw the feathers go, but I wouldn't say you noticed if it had the weakness or not.
It's not any more pissed off by being set ablaze than anything else would normally be.
Yeah, most things get pissed off when they get hit by fire, so.
Right. Some things.
Well, alrighty. With all of that, first one in the order is going to be Gildea.
Is this thing airborne still?
No. It went into the crops after attempting to attack FIFA.
Okay. Oh. I guess. On Ooh, and I see where it is.
I would say, yeah, it mowed down quite a few crops when it landed in the field, so you can see it.
That's freaking huge.
Yeah, you can see it there.
I want to throw my shield at it.
Yes!
Alright.
I don't remember what I rolled for that.
Haven't you written it down in your character sheet? We do this every time.
I know we do, okay? Strength mod to hit, okay. Ooh, 17.
17. That is going to hit.
Yes. Okay. And I need... Does 2d6 bludgeoning. What is that? 2, 3. I probably don't get to add anything else, so
Not
5.
typically.
So it's 5 damage.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. Cool. So... Alright, you launch your shield. Seeing this thing come down and land in the field, you immediately grip your shield and throw it. It flies past the farmer, who was not really, in your line of sight, but between the two, between your group. So it was kind of a tough shot, but it goes sailing past him, and he ducks out of the way, and the shield makes contact with the hard beak of the cockatrix, and tings off and flies back to you, and you catch it. And do you have anything else? I know I said you could throw it at reduced as a bonus action at one point. I don't know if we ever wrote that down, but I remember being like, you can throw it for reduced damage as a bonus action, I think.
Oh.
But
I don't remember that. I had a note about as a bonus action I can shield bash.
that's probably what it was, is that you can shield bash as a bonus action. That's my bad. I remembered we changed a rule about it, but I never remembered what it was. But that's fine. But yeah, you throw your shield, it connects with its beak, and the shield comes right back to you.
That looks badass.
Does it looks bad?
Damn right.
We have Dorcas, and then next up is FIFA.
Alright. Can it roll a saving throw, please? 12 or better?
Huh? It needs to
What?
roll a saving throw?
Yep.
What kind?
Dex.
Dexterity saving throw? That's not good. It's a 6.
Okay. So, I take my staff and strike the ground and go Geodas, and then when I do that, the earth like quakes and goes toward it, and it's gonna take. It's not prone.
Okay. Alright. So the ground shakes and it's knocked prone.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It creates a becomes difficult terrain as well in a 5-foot radius around it.
Hmm.
Does it like tear the ground up, or do you just make the ground
Yeah.
shake?
No, it tears the ground up. I'm making it's an earth tremor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you said you slammed your staff into the ground?
Yep.
Okay. Your staff slams into the ground, and radiating around you, the ground just shakes, but as it reaches the actual cockatrice, the ground cracks and splinters as it has shaken so much that the cockatrice just cannot hold itself up anymore and hits the ground. And it is prone. We have FIFA is up next, and then we'll have a knight go.
How far away am I from it?
I would say you are about 15 feet from it. It attacked you and didn't go
15.
much further.
Cool. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna get up. You just have my movement. Because I'm knocked prone from the wind, right? So that's half my movement. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna say, "That's right, you baby back bitch. You're in FIFA's house now." And I'm gonna shoot a guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
That is a
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
the face.
16 to hit.
It hits. That's just enough.
And
Yay!
it takes, oh god, 14 points of radiant damage
God damn.
Ooh.
as it lights up with my starlight beacon, and the next attack on it has advantage.
All right. Next attack has advantage. Awesome. Cool. So. Shit, yeah. You.
I say, that's right, I'm FIFA the Cupbearer.
The cockatrice, having trouble standing, falls to the ground, and you throw this guiding bolt at it, smashing into it. You watch its skin sort of singe as it makes contact from the radiant damage, and it screams out, still unable to fully catch its feet.
That's right, you dirty old bitch. I'm just like berating this thing.
I see that.
Are you doing it in chicken language?
Sure. Speak with Animals is still up, so I'm trying to speak chicken at it. Yes, 100%.
God damn.
Susan is like in the farmer's arms saying like language.
Nah.
Uh,
Hey, that's my line.
right. Now is the knight.
The knight's actually gonna fight, huh?
Well, if that's what you call it.
Maybe not on our side.
The
Oh, please give me an excuse to end this fucker.
the knight is going to walk over to Gildea, and he's going to put his hand on your shoulder and go, "I've never seen a shield like that, but you got this," and taps you and is going to give you a 1d4 inspiration. So on your next check of any kind that you have to do, you can add a 1d4 to that. Before you know my ruling on it, I believe is the thing. So if you roll and it's like, hey, I got a 15, before I tell you whether that pass or fails, you have to choose whether or not to use your inspiration.
Okay.
So
she can save it? If she rolls well?
yeah, if she rolls well and is like, I don't need this, she can save it.
So it's like a one-time use?
Yes.
Alright.
Vaza, you're up, and then it's gonna be the cockatrice.
How far am I from it?
You are about... FIFA didn't get super far before it went in. I'd say about 45 feet is where this little cluster of group is standing.
Cool. I'm gonna hit it with my longbow, but I have a vial of acid in my backpack, so I'm gonna tie that to the arrow in the attempt that it will shatter on this thing and hopefully do some damage with that as well.
Okay.
The grin.
Roll your ranged attack for me.
Please.
You have advantage. This is the next attack.
I
on
do
it.
Yeah,
have
you
advantage,
do
this
have
is true.
advantage.
I was gonna say I kind of hoped that Azrael was next because he has high ground, but yeah.
Okay, hang on. What is this? What is my actual thing for this? Mm-mm-mm. 14.
Does not hit. That's the highest of the rolls that you rolled?
Hang on.
Because it was
No.
advantage, right?
It was advantage. Oh, yeah! Yep.
What?
I mean, it was a 2, but
Okay, so
Yeah.
14.
Oh,
14 was definitely the better one of that.
Okay. So you use a little bit of twine that you have, and you fasten this bottle to the side of your arrow, and you launch it, and you thought you compensated well for the weight of the bottle to make the arrow fly properly, but it goes sailing over the cockatrice into the field and does not connect.
Mulligan.
We have a redo on that. Can I get my bottle back? Now is the cockatrice. Who? Now he's on rough terrain and prone.
Yeah, so I figure there's not a lot he can do.
Well, you'd think that. The cockatrice gains its footing, and it doesn't really have front claws. It has wings and back feet. It hunkers in and it digs its it's got talons attached to the front of its wings that it hooks into the ground and then throws itself, and it catches wind underneath it and flies up into the air and gets a little bit off, and it sees FIFA again as the closest person to it and is going to dive down and attempt to bite you.
you
FIFA.
dirty old bitch.
What?
You dirty old.
Azrael, you will be up after this, by the way. That is not good. I know that doesn't hit. Nope. It's not a 1, but it definitely doesn't hit. And it swoops down and tries to take another snip at you, and it misses you, but it stays airborne. It catches itself, it doesn't slam into the ground, and it is sort of hovering over all of you. About 15 feet in the air. Azrael.
How far away is it from me?
From you, I would say now It is about 50 feet since you're up on the balcony.
It's 50 feet?
Yes. Because from Vaza it was 45 back when it was
Now
in the
it's up.
field. Now it's up. It was when it was in the field, I was going to say it was 60 from you. And now it's moved a bit closer since coming out of the field.
Trying to look at what the range is that I have.
It's all good. Gildea, you will be up in the rotation after this.
I'm next. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Didn't miss anybody, right? I don't think I missed
Oh,
anyone.
you got everyone.
Okay, because sometimes I do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to stand here, and I'm going to throw a dagger at it.
All right.
Since it is further than 20 feet, I think I have to roll with disadvantage. I think that's what it says here.
Let me
If I'm reading this right.
let me open your thing and look at your ranged attack. Says 20 to 60, doesn't it? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand.
So yeah,
Thought?
if it's within 20, it's a normal roll. If it's within 60, you can still try to hit it, but it's just with disadvantage.
Okay. Then yeah.
Well, can't do much worse than that. Oh yeah, I can. That's not gonna hit.
What'd
It's,
you do worse?
It was a 7 initially, but it's going to be so that'd be 11. So I doubt that's gonna hit.
No, that will not hit.
Okay. But what I'd like to do
Lord.
is I kind of want to get off the roof, but I need to draw my rapier at the same time.
Okay.
So so I want to flip off the roof while drawing my rapier at the same time.
Okay. Make
I love it.
an acrobatics check.
That is a 15.
15. Okay. Jump and you flip off the roof. And you land on the road. And yeah, you succeed with it, I guess. Like you do a flip and you draw your rapier. This could have gone bad, but like you did it.
Does he stumble at all when he sticks the landing to it? Like, is there just a little bit of
Yeah, like he hits the ground and there's like a whoo.
But nobody saw it.
Yeah, everyone's looking in the other direction.
At the cockatrice,
Yeah.
clearly.
Is that
Staring right at that coccyx.
is that your
That cock.
run, Azrael?
Yeah.
Okay. Gildea and then Dorcas.
Okay, so how far away from me is it?
So from you, Vaza, and Dorcas, since you're all kind of in the same cluster, it is now 30 feet. I think was the right.
It's above us now.
Yeah, it is. It is in the air, but it is, I believe, 30 feet.
Damn, that means it gets advantage when it attacks.
Interesting.
It does have
It's
the high
got the
ground.
high ground, yeah. Every character from now on that we fight in this campaign is going to be a flying character.
Okay. I'm gonna try and throw my shield at it again.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
That's not gonna do it. But I don't think this is gonna do a whole lot to help. Oh,
'Cause
the
what's the
4.
number?
It'd be a 9, and
Yeah, adding 4
even
at most.
plus 4 is only gonna get me to 13. So we'll just keep the 9.
A 9 does not hit, so you wind up and you throw your shield at this cockatrix which is flying, and it takes one of its back talons and bats the shield out of the air as it's flying towards it, and it goes slamming into the ground beneath it, and your shield does not return to you. And that is how it does.
Okay, so as is this a? Oh, that's one action. Dang it! Never mind.
Okay. So we have Dorcas and then FIFA.
So I'm
Cool.
going to cast a chromatic orb.
Okay.
Oh yes. All right. 19 plus 4 is 23.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I strike the ground with my staff again and point it toward the cockatrix, and I utter the words "Solvos," and a ball of acid strikes at this thing.
Okay.
And we're gonna do, let's see.
Oh God, that's a lot.
It's a lot of
17
dice.
plus 6 is 23.
23.
Lord.
Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Else
That
to
dirty
be.
old bitch.
All right.
Look, I'm really thankful FIFA is keeping this thing off me.
It's my only goal.
The acid ball collides with the cockatrix, and it like dips in the air a little bit as it makes contact, and it flaps its wings a little harder, and the acid splashes, and you watch as holes begin to appear in the fleshy parts of the wings that hold it together, and the little bit of hair and skin on its chest starts to eat away before the acid dissipates. It cries out again but keeps itself airborne, though it is struggling with the holes appearing in its wings.
Okay.
FIFA, and then the night will be up.
I'm gonna say, you look as mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
And I summon the beam of the moon to come down from the sky directly on top of it. And I'm like literally like I'm like the Elmo in the fire. I'm just like and it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. What does it have to be?
Oh, 12.
12. Constitution. It got a 13.
Ooh,
13, so it
damn.
takes half of this.
Okay.
Damn.
It takes 5 points of radiant damage instead of 10. And it will have to make that saving throw again at the start of its turn.
And that's so long as it stays within Moonbeam, correct?
Yeah, if it starts its turn there, it's gonna take the damage
Okay,
from now on,
got you.
or when it enters for the first time.
And how big is the radius you said?
It is a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, you cast Moonbeam. And
If it's a shape changer,
Oh?
I don't know if it is, but if it's a shape changer, it makes its saving throw with disadvantage.
No, it won't do that.
Damn.
So the last time you cast Moonbeam, it was inside. It was real dark.
Yeah.
It's currently the middle of a late summer day.
So I think that the hue of the light around that area has just changed.
Yeah, cause like there's almost like a single spot in the sky that turns to have like stars in it. Like it,
Yeah.
like a circle darkens in the sky to create, what would be the night, and the beam shoots out of that, and it looks so incredibly out of place. But it collides with this cockatrice, and it is hit, and it burns, and it cries out, but it is still keeping itself airborne. Let's see. It is going to be the knight, and then Vaza. The knight is going to rush in and try to do something stupid. I gotta make a couple rolls.
He must be stupid, because only fools rush in.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Gildea says, "Only fools rush in."
The knight takes off and attempts to brave the moonbeam in order to get close enough to attack the cockatrice.
Oh, fuck.
And as he reaches in, he screams out in pain as he pulls his arm away, and you see how the very polished metal that runs up his arm protection has turned to a deep charred black. As he just sort of like holds his arm and takes a quick step back from the like perimeter of this.
Careful, it's hot.
And
Is the metal, like, fused to his arm now?
It's interesting that you say something like that, considering you've met a knight with metal
Constitution
fuse.
saving throw from the knight.
I'll do a Constitution saving throw to see if he fucking has a metal fuse to his arm. Bet. It's a natural one.
Oh,
Do you want me to roll it?
Roll it. Roll it.
Oh, no! Oh, no.
What?
Uh-oh.
What'd
I
you
don't
get?
want to say it.
What'd you get?
I don't want to say it.
Did you get a nat 20?
I rolled 2 10s.
His arm comes out of the moonbeam, and the metal is charred and blackened, and his arm is shaking, and he screams out, and he goes to pull the glove, the armored glove, from his hand, and it doesn't move, and he screams in even more pain, and you can see how like there is blood coming out from the crack between where his glove is and where his forearm guard meets. And he takes a knee and drops down and just begins to like rock with his hand held close to his chest.
Oh.
And that will be the knight's turn. Vaza and the cockatrice.
Oh, indeed.
Ouchie. Okay, we're gonna go again with the long bow.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and stab this little McStabby stabber. Yeah, that doesn't hit. That was 10.
Does not hit.
No. And I'm not good at this today, guys.
Your arrow flies and enters the moonbeam, and though the cockatrice is taking damage, it can still see through and notices your arrow flying and takes a quick sweep to dodge out of the way of that. And now it's its turn. Now, it started its turn, so it's going to take damage again, correct? Or it has to make a constitution.
Yeah, it makes the con save again, and it takes either full or half.
Gotcha.
if I could roll that well for the actual enemy,
As an 18, so it's gonna take 5.
it's gonna take
Oh, it's different damage.
half of 14.
So 7.
7.
I mean, I rolled 2 7s. I could have just said 7.
It's okay. uh, the cockatrice screams out again, and it dives down to get out of the moonbeam, and it hits the ground, and you see as the skin and everything that is like, lining and keeping the wings together is just torn to shreds and burned, and it is smoking as it hits the ground. It is between where the group of Dorcas, Gilday, and Vaz are standing and FIFA now. That is like its open space that it has landed. And it begins to make like this odd coughing sound almost, but it screeches, so it's like a as it is trying to keep its strength. And it is going to take a bite at let me see. Gildea.
Yes.
It is going to bite at you. As it lands.
Rude.
At least you're the you're the tanky one, so
I know.
It doesn't hit. I rolled a 4. Even with modifiers, it's not going to do a damn thing.
Even with modifiers, it's a 4?
No, it's a 4, but with modifiers, it will do nothing. I know that.
Okay.
So
you can even hit a paperware with that.
it takes a bite at you, and its beak sort of bounces off of your armor, and it does that sort of as it sits there in the middle of this surrounding group. Azriel.
Well, now that it's within reach,
Okay.
things are about to get interesting. I am going to stab at it. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going to hit.
All right.
So I stumbled as I, tried to stab at it, a little shaken from the epic flip off of the roof
Nobody saw.
that nobody saw.
You.
But
Hmm?
oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was going to say, as I stumble, I'm going to try and stab at it with the assassin's blade.
Okay.
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Clash. For those of you that don't know and are new here, we do this thing called Clash. Which is whenever someone matches the armor class of whatever they're fighting, that thing, because typically in D&D and stuff, it's always like, oh, the tie goes to the runner or whatever. I hate that phrase. That phrase annoys me. I never know what it means. So I just say Clash. So they are locked into a fight with one another, and either whatever they're fighting will win, or that person will win. And that depends the outcome. You stumble and miss with your rapier, and you fall forward and you use your what do we call it? Trickster's blade.
It's the trickster's blade.
Yeah, your trickster's blade to make contact with the cockatrice, and you do. And when you make contact with it, it flips its wing up, and takes one of its back talons and grabs you with it. And your blade is in the cockatrice's side, but it also has you grappled and wrapped in one of its very large talons. And it's actually going to attempt now to throw you aside, to stop this clash that has happened. Before we move to the next, to Gidea's turn. What's your armor class?
15.
15. He does not succeed, so you two are still sort of locked in this hold.
Do I get to roll damage?
Not quite yet. Because you are sort of locked. You will. Okay, so if you win this clash, you will roll full damage. If you don't, you'll roll damage and then we'll take half. So that's what I'm saying. We'll wait on rolling damage.
Okay.
Gildea, you're up, and then Dorcas.
Okay. So
Is it unbalanced? Can we see if it's unbalanced with it pinning Azriel?
It's kind of using Azrael as support for its other leg, but its one wing is touching the ground on its side. So like if this wing's in the air and it's holding Azrael, a leg and another wing are touching the ground. So it has some pretty sturdy contact.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Does it fall into one of these creature types? Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, undead.
It does not.
And it's not a beast. Because I can't talk to it.
Okay. Mm. Ooh. Okay. All right. So is it within how is it within touch range, like within a few feet of me,
You could
how closer right now?
you could move without moving. You could. I'd say it's probably because it landed between FIFA and you guys. It's about 15 feet now, so you could move and get to it without using all of your movement.
Okay.
I didn't build a battle map for this, and I'm realizing I really should have.
No worries.
Okay. So I'm going to run over to it, and stab at it with my mace,
All
or
right.
swing at it. Oh. Is it this one?
Yeah, that's your attack modifier.
Oh, how's 18 work?
18 does hit.
Cool. Okay. One. Oh, I need a D8.
Where's mine?
Yeah, just give me yours because I can't find it.
6.
6. So that's 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then on Azrael, as a bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary.
Okay.
So attack / save is wisdom 10. So do I have to I roll my d20 to try and use it? I don't understand.
Tell me what Sanctuary does.
Okay. You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. Spell doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects. If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell that affects an enemy, or deals damage to other creature, this spell ends.
Okay. And then, so you would cast that on Azrael. Do you have to roll anything? Does it say?
Well, that's what I was asking him because I don't. I mean,
No, there's a saving throw, so no, you don't have to roll to cast
it just goes.
Yeah, it just goes.
Oh,
it has to
cool.
be your saving.
Your saving throw, which is let me see.
Says Wisdom 10.
So it has to be a 10, yeah. And it goes to do whatever it does.
So
My only question is, does Azrael count as a creature?
Well, I think because if you're
Beardy's
casting it,
nodding.
if you're casting it on Azrael, Azrael would have to be the one who succeeds on the saving throw. Then, no, because
Oh, the cockatrice does.
Oh, the
I think you're muted,
cockatrice.
Beardy.
The cockatrice has to make the saving throw in order to attack.
Yeah.
Okay, Beardy, you are muted, but I saw your mouth moving and I know what you said.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
But yes, correct. So anything that attacks Azrael now has to succeed a Wisdom save first.
Got you. Okay, so yeah, you cast and Azrael, you feel this sort of strength overcome you. Not so much that you feel stronger, but that you feel protected.
Sanctuary.
And yeah, so
Can I lift Susan and go,
Also-
Sanctuary?
Quick question. Did I walk closer to my shield by chance when I moved?
your shield would now be in the moonbeam that FIFA created because that's where the cockatrice slapped it down at.
Well,
I'm gonna
fuck.
move it in a second.
Alright,
I'm
never
gonna
mind.
move it in a second.
It's fine.
Dorcas,
It's
and then
hot.
FIFA.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a scorching ray. So this is 3, like beams of fire. Do I have to roll for hit for each of them, or because I'm just targeting one creature, I just have to roll to hit once?
We have this conversation every time, and we're never sure which one to do.
The wording doesn't really.
I suppose roll to hit once. Sure.
That's going to be a 16.
That hits.
Now the sound of 6d6s is going to go into my dice tower.
Wow.
It's a lot of dice. It's a
Wow.
lot of dice.
Do you hear that sound?
10,
That beautiful
20.
sound.
25.
Shit.
So I point my staff at this thing, and white hot fire erupts from it, and I shout, Fuego!
Alright, let me do some maths here. You said 25?
Sure did.
God damn!
We having roast chicken tonight?
You shoot this beam at this cockatrice, and with its one wing being up, you nail it right where the acid ball had hit it in the chest earlier. And it screams out, and Patty, if it wasn't for the sanctuary casted on you, you would feel the talon crushing you as its muscles tense up. But the protection keeps you from feeling the amount of weight that it is pushing. And it cries, and you hear it echo throughout the entirety of this valley. And its wings give out on the one side, and it collapses, and it tries to right itself. But the more it tries to push itself off the ground, the harder it becomes. And the cockatrice's beak hits the dirt. And it is dead.
Yes!
I helped.
We're having chicken wings for 2 weeks now!
Chicken wings?
I don't know if that's how that works.
I would think between the
I start
acid
counting
and
its
everything
wings. I'm
else-
like,
Congratulations, guys. You have killed the
Yay!
cockatrice.
Yay!
Uh,
Oh my god.
Did it.
all of this happens, and its last scream sort of billows out, and eventually you don't hear it echoing anymore. And the fire that the erupted fire that the field has turned into still rages on, and the smoke is starting to spill out to where it's starting to become hard to see, the sky at all. And the knight who's been holding his arm sort of stands, and his arm is still shaking, and he turns over and looks at the cockatrice and looks at all of you, and he saunters over to where the farmer has hidden behind one of his wagons that sits on the side of the street. And the knight reaches into this satchel that he has and pulls out a small bag and hands it to the farmer. And he goes, "We're even." And starts walking down the road where the horse had originally run off.
That's right, you dirty old bitch.
Before he goes, can he said that they found the nest. So can we tell him to make sure that that is destroyed?
He turns back at you and kind of looks down at his arm. He goes, "I think I'm good for a while. We
Can
didn't
hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
He goes, "I think I'm good for a while. We didn't see any eggs when we were there. I'm honest, I don't know how these things reproduce. But I don't think there was any more than that one."
Cool.
But
I can assume that whoever it is you're working for will receive the message that this town, this farm, is off limits.
he sort of has like this grimace, and he goes, "I don't know what I'm gonna tell who hired me, but whatever it is, I'm sure he'll get it."
Tell them that if they attack this farm again, they get the same treatment as that thing.
He glances over at the body of the cockatrice in the road, and he just sort of nods. He goes, "I'll pass it along."
Armor, do you have any water anywhere, like in a trough or something?
The farmer's just kind of staring at the bag that the knight put into his hand. He goes, "Yeah, the horse troughs on the side of the house."
Great. And I turn into a baby elephant because I can't turn into a full-size elephant. I start using my trunk to try to like put out the field fire.
Okay. I will say at this point the fire has grown to a point where you can't fully put it out. But you would
Guys, I
definitely-
tried. I can't put it out.
You can
Could
definitely.
he have I helped him?
How would you?
By
Spells.
casting a swarm of snowballs.
Maybe.
Adorable baby elephant.
Don't you try to guilt me with cuteness.
You're gonna tell these cute little baby elephant eyes that they fail.
An adorable baby elephant who's surrounded by snowballs.
I like make a snowball with my trunk.
The
I
cockatrice
throw
gets
it at
up.
the fire.
Oh, fucking hell! Okay, I won't do it.
I will say that you guys can contain the fire to keep it from spreading to the surrounding woods. Like, you're able to make the surrounding crops and things damp enough that they can't catch, so the fire that exists will just burn out.
Cool.
But as for stopping the fire as it is, no.
As long as we can contain it.
Yeah, I would say
I'm
you
gonna
can
go
contain.
pick up my shield now.
Okay.
After that, I'm gonna drop to a knee because I'm exhausted, magically speaking.
I'm gonna turn back into FIFA. And I'm gonna go, guys. I figured it out. So you know how we have like a little bit of a chicken theme going on? You know,
Yeah.
we love chicken wings. We just fought a giant chicken, and of course there's Susan over
Who is
there.
Susan?
Oh, Susan's the chicken, the guard chicken.
A guard chicken, you say?
Yes. And you know how like we're like the Queen's group? You know what a group of chickens is called?
No.
I just consulted nature in Druidic. We call nature Google. A group of chickens is called a brood. So, we could be the Queen's brood.
I'll be
You know, of
honest,
all the things he could come up with, it's not
that's
the worst.
not bad.
It's not, no.
It's really not.
I'm not gonna
The
tell you guys.
Brooderhood.
I'm not gonna tell you guys what to name your adventuring party.
Simmer
That's
on it, simmer
not
on it, let
bad.
it simmer, let it get into those little minds of yours, and I'll let you just
Well, you know-
ruminate in that one.
Even the group might fall to you because you are the leader, after all.
Absolutely not.
After the time you guys take to contain the fire, the farmer went around and made sure the rest of his workers were okay. Most of them had, been beaten quite bad, but none of them sustained injuries that would be permanent. Just, some bruises, bloody noses, things like that. Excuse me. They're all just kind of sitting on the porch of the large farmhouse as you're having this discussion about what to name yourselves. And the head farmer, which was the one you guys have been talking to so far, just kind of goes, I'm gonna, people will know about this. Those guys, they swindle a lot of the local farms into paying them for protection. But I'm gonna make sure people know that there are still those out there looking after us. And if I gotta tell them the Queen's Brood did it or whatever I have to say, people will know.
Did you say that we're heroes?
Well, you saved our lives, so yeah.
You could go with the druidic word for hero.
What might that be?
Which is...
Go on, ask me what it is.
What is it?
It's Terribad.
Yo, that's the name of that other group. He's from that other movie.
I've been holding on to that one since session 1.
Is that the
Okay,
Is that
okay,
the name you guys
okay.
would like to go with?
Hear me out, group. If we are going to be the Queen's Brood, we need a mascot.
Susan is our mascot, obviously.
I agree. Now, would the farmer be willing to part with Susan?
Oh, I don't think we could do that to Susan.
The farmer looks down at Chicken, and
Is Simon still alive?
Yeah, we left him up on the hill.
yeah,
we
that was
left
up
him.
on the hill. He was out of the way.
Okay, good.
The farmer looks down at the chicken and goes, "We've lost a lot of livestock recently, but I think I can give up Susan." And just sort of hands him out for someone to take.
I grab her immediately and just kind of like just hold her and it's like, "You're such a good chicken. You're a good god chicken."
How much would a chicken normally be worth, Soul?
I don't even go that low. That is a god chicken.
I don't even know if there's an area for selling and buying livestock.
Let me consult nature. Oh dear Google.
Believe Believe it or not, the Dungeon Master Guide doesn't have a thing that says, here's what happens when you buy a chicken.
Oh, it's on the PHB.
Oh,
I don't know where.
we're gonna look for
I mean,
it.
I'm assuming it's going to be amount of copper or silver. Probably. I mean,
I don't know, man. This is pretty hard
Probably
to
157 around there.
Copper?
Well, I know how much a camel costs.
what?
15 silver per chicken is. That's 4th edition.
Good enough.
Okay.
Does
I'm
she
just
still
asking
have
based on what I'm going-
egg-laying abilities?
Well, she's a hen, so she normally lays eggs. They won't, hatch or anything unless you get a rooster. But
So I'm going to go over to the farmer and I'm going to pull out 4 gold and give it to him.
he just kind of stares at it and goes, "This will definitely help us take care of some of the things we lost today."
Good.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals again because I assume that it's run out by now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, Susan,
Uh,
the time has come. Adventure has come knocking upon your door. Do you, Susan, guard chicken of the utmost respect, do solemnly swear to protect, attack, and most importantly, buck back when I ask you to?
Susan looks to you and goes, "I am sworn to protect my family. That is what I will do.
What?
I am sworn to protect my family. That is what I will do."
Well, that's good because we in this group we don't got friends. We don't got friends. We got family.
Then this
Now let
is
me
the
introduce you
person.
to Simon. He's a donkey and he can run very fast and sometimes he's furious.
Jesus.
So you thought you were going to have to do this accent beyond this session. Now?
And here we are. Here we are.
I'm always keeping Speak with Animals prepared.
The oh god. The farmers, the mass farmers, go up the hill and they collect your horses and Simon and the wagon and everything, and they bring them down. And they of course thank you incredibly for your hospitality and take your gold, Dorcas. Though some of them argue that they shouldn't, they still agree to take it. And as you all get on your horses and ready yourselves, the lead farmer goes, "So, if I gotta ask, I heard you guys talking about how the queen sent you to do whatever it is you're doing. Where are you guys off to?"
Where are we?
Adventure.
Do we know?
Temeria, wasn't it?
We're going to this bridge beyond a forest that no person can pass because it's foggy.
Yeah.
Just like my memory of where we're going.
You know it's super like fucked. That's accurate.
Wow.
Like that is accurate. But you guys,
Is that true?
yeah. So
Oh my god.
you guys, this is not where you guys are currently on your way to. You guys are currently on your way to get a ship to go to Telbach because that's where you're gonna start on your whole journey. But the
Talbot?
God fucking damn it.
Iconic.
The mission that you guys are like trying to get the nations to agree with and like settle with is that you've all explained this. Demic is shrouded in fog. that no one has been able to pass in return, and if they do return, they return with some form of insanity. The assassin that you're hunting said they will be found at where the Bone Bridge shattered, which is a historical event, which one of the Silver Wolves told you guys was beyond that fog wall. So Beardy being like, we're headed to like where there's a lot of fog that you can't go past and some bridge. That's not wrong. Like that's there.
And that's probably the extent to which FIFA listened.
Well,
Also-
perhaps Susan will be able to buck tall when we are in Talbuck.
God, what?
So, with all that, the farmers send you guys on your way down the road.
I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. Oh my.
Is
God damn.
Vaza, is Susan heavy? Do you need a hen?
No,
I'm
it's
done.
Fine. We're
I'm
gonna
done.
put her in the car, and I think her and Simon are gonna be good friends.
The fucking
That
pun.
sounds.
We're
I
ending
feel
on that
sounds-
like now
pun,
maybe
Beardy.
we should move to turkey wing. Just in
I think,
respect of Susan.
out of respect to Susan, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, it does
Are we
sound
able to-
excellent,
Oh
doesn't
God
it?
damn it, Beardy!
After a few more hours of travel, you guys eventually break a wood line, and you see in the distance the dock town that is. I forgot the name of it, and I don't have it in my notes right here, and I'm mad because of all the fucking chicken puns that were just made. So, you break the trio line, and you see the dock town in the distance, and now is where we're going to end this session for next time, when you will hopefully charter your boat to find your way to the land beyond the water. That's where we're ending this session.
Sorry, we ended it by laying it on chick.
Ugh!
Say that one!
Oh, God.
I was gonna say that one!
I'm so
That
fucking.
dragon's gonna come down and eat someone if you keep this up, Beardy.
So,
That was the same one I was gonna use.
as a quick chat to all of you guys, huge thank you to all you guys for turning out here, by the way. It's been a long time since we played D&D, and we're trying real hard to find a schedule that works for us, but just so much has been going on in the past, however long, and it's hard to find time. So, without getting too into it, y'all have probably heard about Wizards of the Coast and the whole thing going on. If you follow D&D, you've heard about Wizards of the Coast and the whole thing going on. We are considering changing systems. We are letting Beardy said that they wanted to do their own research. Mystic Mansion wanted to do her own research, which is totally fine. The nerds can as well. Patty and I have been doing research. I'm not going to say which one we think we're switching to right now, because if we decide we're not going to do that one, I'm not going to get everyone's hopes up. So, essentially what's happening is, because of everything going on, we are considering changing systems in general, figuring out which one we think works best. The story should not change. We want to get a system that makes everything the same, we just change how we play. I don't know if we're going to be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully we will. If we will, I don't know if it's going to be the new system or not. So just bear with us for a little while while we figure out what we're doing. But we all have our own streams, which you should go and check out. You should absolutely go and check out the people below me. They're absolutely incredible. And we will be doing our own streams, and we will try to continue to do this one as frequently as possible with giving you guys updates on what's going on. You can always check my Discord for updates on that when they come. But that's what I got for you. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing crazy. We don't want to stop streaming this, but if we have to, we have to, and we just hope it doesn't come to that. Which, the way the track is going, it shouldn't. We just need to decide what system we're going to switch to. With that being said, thank you all for being here. Thank you for your support, and we will hopefully see you guys in 2 weeks with more D&D. or whatever system we're using at the time. So yeah, thanks everybody. Does anybody have anything they want to plug before we get out of here?
Always keep your drivers updated.
Always update your drivers. Thanks.
I would like to mention that it's your fault that all the chicken stuff happened.
It's not. It's really not.
It really is, because you're the one that made it a garden chicken.
That's a thing that exists. That's a thing.
Well,
that
now
exists.
it's a permanent party member.
Apparently.
I love it. I love adding party members. The plot chickens.
Okay, you say it's a permanent party member, but here's the thing: he's killed off people before.
Facts.
If you kill Susan,
Azrael dies before Susan dies.
yeah, for
I'm just
sure,
going there.
100%.
I'm just going there.
100%. Susan will be the last. Susan is my backup character.
God.
I'm gonna figure out a way to make Susan a sentinel, and that's my backup character.
With all of that.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
Go check
Wow.
out the incredible people below if you want more just absolute chaos like this. And we will hopefully see you guys soon. Bye everybody.